myself. How's it going, everyone?
Hey everyone.
We should be live. I didn't unmute myself first. You should be able to hear me now.
Yeah, hopefully everything looks good here. Kel and I are we're doing something the two of us have never, I don't think, well, not at least together done this, but I have certainly never streamed with another person at the same time on two separate streams.
Ooh, okay. I have.
You've
I've done a
done
bunch
that?
of gameplay stuff, but it gets tricky when everyone wants to use face cam and stuff, and you have like 4 face cams and 4. No. It can get bad. This is pretty chill. This is nice.
You all did it on different streams though, like you each hosted your own.
We've done it for it was like 3 or 4 max, I think. We did
Okay.
we did like launch celebration
crazy.
streams where we all did like unboxings and openings. We just chatted and stuff. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, today we're playing Cyberpunk, and I'm incredibly stoked for this. I have all my stuff ready. Are these the alpha decks? Yes, they are the alpha decks. Also, hello, Right Time Gaming in the chat. I know he was expressing interest in this game, and I was chatting with him a little bit. And I was like, hey, we're going to be doing a live stream. So these are the alpha decks. So if you have experience with these, that's what we are playing. And then Dan and I will kind of like explain everything as we go, assuming you've never played before, because there's probably a good chance you've never played before. And that's really reasonable, unless you were lucky enough to get one of these, or you are intrepid enough to do the print and play, which is kind of a hardcore thing to do. So we'll explain everything as we go.
Yeah, and we have 2 separate chat streams because we have 2 different live streams. So you may see each of us responding to our own individual chats. I am keeping an eye on my chat here. So I just want to say welcome to everyone who's chilling in chat here. We got a lot of people. I see some familiar faces. So if you have any questions as we go, just hit us up, and we will have some a little bit of dev action a little bit later as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be really cool, especially if you're interested in organized play. I think the head of organized play will be joining us at some point, which is pretty cool, and some other devs too. So, yeah, let's go ahead. Dan, which dice do you want to play with, and then which deck are we gonna play with? You got pastel dice or like dark dice? I'm partial to the dark dice just because they remind me of Cyberpunk red dice.
That's what I thought I remembered. So you can go ahead and use those. I'll use these brighter ones.
Cool. And then what we're going to do to kind of denote who's stolen what dice is when I bring one of these pastel dice over here, that means I've stolen it from Dan, and then like vice versa.
So you guys see how we have this like really cool overlay? We did not figure out how it works in time.
Yeah.
So we're still going to do a lot of things manually here. And unfortunately, at some point, if we figured it out, then we'd be able to use it. But for this stream, probably not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, if we had like another person pulling up all the things and changing the dice and everything, that'd be great. But it's just Dan and I, so it's gonna be a lot of fun, and should still be very like followable, because we're gonna explain everything. We're not just gonna play out cards and pass,
Yeah, definitely. Kel does have sleeves on his, but we don't have official sleeves. I'm a bit of a heathen. These are just unsleeved.
Oh my God.
Cyberpunk Alpha Kit cards.
What are you doing, man? I even themed my sleeves. Check it. They are the Dragon Shield ones with the silver inside, the dual matte silvers. And so I think the yellow ones work really well with Cyberpunk. And that is nice. Dragon Shield, it is, it tracks branding wise, because Dragon Shield is doing the Cyberpunk sleeves, so it's all cohesive.
Yeah, I just didn't.
Yeah,
sleep.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I understand. For me, mostly, I mean, like 1, these are cool alpha kits, but 2, just shuffling. I can't. I hate shuffling unsleeved cards, man. I feel like a monster. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like grounding. Like
sure, okay.
it's good to take your socks off and hit the dirt a little bit,
Okay,
with your raw feet, and it's kind of how I feel about sometimes, especially with games that aren't fully launched yet. I just kind of raw dog it.
Sure, I hate that. I hate it.
Bonzacraft says don't riffle shuffle, so you don't want me to do this?
Oh, are you gonna bridge it?
No, I'm not gonna fully bridge it. I'm gonna be honest. I've never been able to do that.
Oh,
so.
whenever we play like poker or whatever with like the family. I'm the dealer, and I love doing the whole like bridge. It's a nice feeling.
It would be. I wish I could do it. Look, just so people are clear, my Saburo is he's in a perfect fit sleeve right now. So
Okay.
like, I'm not just going crazy here and like shuffling the foils and stuff, but I will probably talk about this as we go. But like, maybe there will be some value to some of these alpha kit things later on. But these cards are kind of like the alpha kits are very underpowered. So these would be pure collectability and like there's a couple of good cards, yeah, but like if I lose value on my alpha kit just because I got to play it a few times and stuff, I'm not like, I don't know. I'm not going to be like heartbroken.
Like I think like Satori is great. The Minotaur is pretty good. I'm not sure like for how slow actual constructed's going to be, but man, Satori kind of rocks. Sandevistan's pretty cool, and then obviously I think the legends are cool. Whatever has like, maybe like a unique art. I don't think any of these have unique art. I don't think anything's been said about that. Dying Knight's pretty good too. So
yeah, is your chat as mad at me as my chat is?
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's some. Someone's. Let me see. Neo Valley says, "Damn, playing sleeveless is wild." I know, right, bro? He's a madman. You know what? That is actually though within the spirit of the Cyberpunk universe.
True.
That is within the spirit. So I'll give you that. Okay, Dan, what deck are you playing? I'll play the other one.
Let's see. When we played this before,
I played the Edge Runners. I played the non-corpos.
Yeah.
I can play Corpo.
I'll play them this time. Yeah, okay. You play Corpo this time. You play Corpo.
I will play Arasaka. Okay, cool.
All right. Yeah, I didn't do this to like upset anyone. I didn't have time to sleeve them, and I just was like, yeah, it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I do think it is kind of funny, at least. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to be playing the Corpos Arasaka. This deck is green and red, and then Dan's deck is blue and yellow. And for those who don't really know how the deck building in Cyberpunk works, it's pretty open. You basically can put whatever colors of your legends, right? So you can actually do like a 3-color deck if you want, but the cards are restricted to what the total value of your RAM is. So like Goro here has 2 RAM, so I can play up to 2x or 2 RAM green cards in the deck. And if I have like Saburo and Goro, I can do 4. And if you have another one that has adds 2 more, then you could do 6. So like it's kind of like this scale of versatility to power level, which I think is extremely fascinating for deck building. I really like it a lot. You can go wide in terms of colors, but it'll be like low in terms of depth, or you can go low in terms of colors, but like deep in terms of like power level for a single color. I don't know. I really like it. I think it's cool.
This was actually the mechanic that I think I don't want to say it's the one that sold me on the game. It was because I think that's a bit dramatic, but it was a couple of mechanics that I heard this one and I thought, oh, that's actually extremely fascinating from a deck building standpoint. And I love the kind of built-in power levers where you can have, so for example, this deck has 2 blue and 1 yellow legend. I can, if there's a card in set 1, for example, in the set 1 meta, if there's a blue card that's extremely powerful with a yellow card, if they simply price both of them at 4 RAM,
ooh, yeah,
you can't run them, excuse me, you can't run them both together in the same deck. So there's like a lot of really interesting kind of controls, as well as a lot of fun, like creative deck building options that I think open up where you're making some like real choices as you're building.
Yeah. Cheesy Poof says, is this like Lorcana? Not really, except for the resource system is similar to Lorcana. I'm old and I say it's like the World of Warcraft TCG. It's close to Lorcana in that you have restrictions, whereas in the WoW TCG you can play any card face down. But the combat and everything else is like very different.
So Cal, I want to bounce off of that and say that I have a commenter on one of my Cyberpunk videos so far who is adamant that this game is a direct ripoff of Lorcana. And
No,
I found that an interesting comment that I had a lot of trouble agreeing with. Sorry, a lot of ease disagreeing with it, a lot of trouble agreeing with.
yeah. No, I have played Lorcana. It has similar aspects to Lorcana, but it also has similar aspects to the Gundam card game, and it has similar aspects to Dragoborn, and it has similar it's like 5 different TCGs like meshed together. It's not just like Lorcana. It's
we're at the
yeah.
We're at the point right now in game design where unless you're really developing something entirely novel, your game is a mesh of a bunch of other things plus whatever
unless you're Godzilla, then your game is
like,
a mesh. Yeah.
Godzilla is an example where it's like I don't even know what they were on to come up with this. It's crazy. But I mean it's very, very unique, and I know you really like Godzilla, Kel.
Godzilla's awesome. Godzilla plays more like a board game than a TCG. If you go into it with that like mindset, it's great. If you go into it like I'm gonna play a game that's like Magic or whatever, you're gonna be like, what the hell's going on here? We have another question.
Card Game Crypt got annihilated in my chat by my bots. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Paul Stefano says, do you feel that since the dice are such a strong feature of the game that most serious players will wish to get the premium polyhedral dice? I think if you end up being a huge fan of this game and you play it a lot, you're probably going to want some cool dice. Whatever that may be. It could be the ones from the Kickstarter, it could be some custom community ones or whatever. But I think if you want to play this game a lot, both either seriously competitively or if you just really like it, you probably want some cool dice. I know I'm getting some cool dice. So I'm going to get the Johnny Silverhand dice, by the way. If anyone's asking, Johnny Silverhand dice for me. Yes.
I still have to pick dice, but yeah, I mean, I totally agree. That's another nice thing about having the dice being so central is that I mean, I think we see in this culture, a lot of people just like to deck out with their favorite stuff, and their favorite characters and everything. So having more little accoutrement that you can, make preem, right? That's fun.
Exactly. Okay. If we can keep chatting and play as we go if you'd like, Dan. I've already
we should probably start playing.
Yeah, I drew my hand, so we need to choose our play order first, but you draw 6 cards and it's a full mulligan, it's not a partial mulligan. So you just yeet the whole hand back and then draw again. So I am going to end up keeping my hand for what it's worth. But we do need to choose play order. And what I like to do...
D20s. Oh, you got something better?
Yeah, so Dan, okay. I want to make this a thing. A lot of people aren't going to like this. Maybe you are if you're crazy. I'm going to say we roll all of the dice.
Okay.
All 6 dice. Yeah, come on, I've got to use all of them. Okay, yeah. I got a 20 on the D20, so that's pretty good.
I got 3 1s, brother.
I got 4 1s and a 3, but I got a 20 on the D20, so I have 27.
I got a 20. Oh, I got 23 total. 23 is my total. Okay. So, all
right.
Wow, how did you get 4? That's insane.
Yeah, 4 1s, a 3, and then a 20.
Your 4 1s and your 20 got me. So congrats.
The 20. It's like it's really how my luck is, right? It's like failure, mega hit. All right.
I had a lot of chat thinking I was gonna win here too. So you guys rule. Thank you. I'm gonna be doing my best to chat with you guys as we go, but of course, because Kel also has to chat with his chat. I apologize if I don't immediately respond to things you say, but I am reading chat entirely as we go.
Yeah. So it's a 6-card starting hand. I'm just gonna keep my 6. I already looked at it. We also have what is deck size, min-max size, and playsets. So playsets, I believe there are 4 of, right, Dan?
3 of.
3. Okay, it's 3. I'm so used to Gundam, man. So yeah, it's 3 of, and then is it 50 or 60 deck?
40.
40. Okay. Is it a range like 40 to 50, or is it exactly 40?
40 to 50.
Okay.
40 to 50.
That's why I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. 50. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. The game is really quick, so there's not a great chance you're gonna get through your entire deck unless there's a mill strategy or something.
This is fine. This hand is reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so. I'm trying to think about what I can say. Um,
What's the
there
question?
are definitely lots of ways to draw. No, I'm talking to you. There's
Oh yeah.
lots of ways to draw cards. Um, so it's, I mean, I'd say it's doable, but the big thing that I think is really interesting about Cyberpunk is the more time you spend doing things like drawing cards, which is obviously good, the less time you are interacting with gigs, and it's a tug of war, not like a I'll just take a bunch of hits and get there eventually. It's like you kind of have to be involved in the game, and you kind of have to be like being defensive sometimes, or you just get run over. So I think that does limit the potential to like fully get through your deck unless there's some really broken like defensive stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and start. I guess.
So you are going, since you're starting, you're going to spend 2 of your legends.
Yes. So you start with your 2 legends spent, but you do draw on the first turn. So we go.
Correct.
We go
Yep.
draw, and then I gain a gig. Since I'm playing Arasaka, I probably want a little bit higher. So I'm just going to go with the D12 here for my gig. That is a 7. I can put that where it's going to show up pretty well. Put it right here. So a 7 there. And then, let's see. I can sell, flip, or play cards. I'm going to sell... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sell this industrial assembly for Eddie's.
That makes sense.
And then...
And chat, thank you for confirming the numbers there. When you, Kel knows this very well, but when you play and engage in a lot of card games, you like, I have to dredge up the information. So I was sitting there like, I don't want to say for the wrong game, thinking I'm pretty sure it's 40 to 50. So
every game has it like slightly different too. It's like, yeah, it's, but you know, when you play it a lot, you'll kind of get it. Anyway, I'm going to play this Ruthless Lowlife with like
hand size.
with like rad artwork. Like, look at this. Love this artwork. Cool. So he's it's an Arasaka Merc. Only has 1 power here, and then when a rival steals 1 or more friendly gigs, if this unit is spent, the value of those gigs becomes 1. So it kind of shrinks it to 1, which is an interesting effect. And I'm gonna pass. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's roll.
Are there quick hacks in the alpha decks? There are not quick hacks. In fact,
I was thinking about that.
Yeah, all of the videos and stuff that I made prior to their Kickstarter launching didn't even know about quick hacks. So
let's start with the 4.
Yeah, we actually talk about quick hacks a little bit in our first Card Runners podcast episode. But
we do. Hey, by the way, we announced our podcast, folks. So we're going to be launching weekly episodes of Card Runners. Make sure you are subscribed. They'll be on main deck, but they'll also appear on Red Zone Rogues feed. So you might as well subscribe to both of us just to make sure you get the notification.
Yep. So yeah, anyone already subscribed to me, you'll still get the notification because we're doing like the collab thing. But they'll appear on both of our channels.
Okay, so I did not draw a cab.
No
so
beep
I don't
beep?
have a big old 7 drops. Yeah, no beep beeps. No beep beeps. Let's see. I could play a pretty defensive T-Bug if I wanted to go that route. Or I could play a little blocker and I could try flipping a legend. And if I flip Jackie or Victor, that can be pretty good. But if I flip V right now, that would not be great. Wouldn't be a great use of... I think I can do that next turn and have like a better turn then. So what I'm going to do is sell a Mandibular Upgrade.
Okay.
So we'll just go ahead and sell this right here. And then I'm going to spend my 3 legends to put a T-Bug out. And then this T-Bug is also going to have a Mandibular Upgrade on
Okay,
her.
sure.
So she is going to be a 5-power blocker, and I'll just kind of establish the tone of this game right now, and then I will pass.
Yes. Okay. So the order of operations here is we draw first, then we gain a gig. I'm going to roll my D8 for this one. Ooh, it's a 7 on the D8. So I have a total street cred of 14. And then we ready all your spent stuff. So it's draw, gig, then ready. All right. Interesting. Okay, so I am going to... 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, no cab, boss. Unfortunate. I have I have a theory on how to win the Alpha Kit game.
Oh, okay.
With a pretty good percentage because of
Okay. Oh no.
how
Oh no. It doesn't sound
how
good for me.
effectless the Alpha Kit is. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm gonna play it out and we'll talk about it later if it works. But
I'm gonna play this Emergency Atlas. This is a vehicle corpo. It's just kind of a vanilla dude, but it has 7 power, which is not too bad. Notedly, it is a vehicle corpo and not Arasaka, which is gonna matter shortly. And for at least up to the first 6 resources, I think it's pretty good to sell, at least for the Arasaka deck, because you want to play that Minotaur. So I'm going to sell this Mantis Blades. It's just an equipment that gives a +2, or cyberware that gives a +2. And then since Dan has a big ol' T-Bug blocker, yeah, I'm not going to attack with my low life. Oh, in this game, by the way, it's very similar to a lot of other unit-based games. We already mentioned Gundam, but you can't attack an enemy unit unless they are rested. So if I have my dudes just kind of chilling back like this, Dan cannot attack them, which is cool. So he can't hit my low life. I'm going to pass. Go ahead, Dan.
That's right. Okay. Let's draw a card to begin. Who said I was going to draw a cab on this turn? How did you know? Let's. I don't need. Do I need to hit anything? You didn't play any gear, so I don't really have a need to hit high street cred. I'm gonna keep low then. I'm keep low to the ground. Roll the 6 in.
Okay.
To get a 4.
Don Aki says RZR and main deck down with street cred just made my day. Well, I'm glad. Thank you for joining us.
All right. We'll ready our spent cards. Man, I feel like I want the other one. Okay. I'm going to sell a Floret. Yeah, I'll just sell Floret here.
Okay.
I can drop this, but then your Atlas is. Why did you have the 7 drop, dude? Those are broken in this format.
Big boy. Just so folks know, the break points for stealing multiple gig for a single attack is 10. So this being 7's pretty good. If I can get this up to 10, I can actually steal 2 of Dan's gig if I hit him.
Okay, I am going to. I know I can keep playing pretty slow here. I'm just going to go ahead and put the flathead out to have kind of an option.
Ooh, okay, that's a good one.
And I'm not going to attack with the T-Bug again.
You sure?
Yep.
All right. Is that going to be your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, cool. So draw first. Gain a gig. We'll go with the 6 here. That's a 4. So I actually have a street credit of 18 now. Notably, what I want to get to is 20, I believe, with one of my Arasaka dudes. I forget his name. What is he? He's I forgot his name.
It is Yorinobu.
Yorinobu, of course. Yeah. Okay, anyway, so gain the gig, or Drew gain the gig. Now we ready everything. So I'm up to 6 potential on this turn. So I could jam out something. And
you guys, trust, there's a plan.
So I'm gonna be really mean this turn. I'm gonna be really mean.
How mean?
The meanest you could possibly imagine. And you know it's going to be a nasty play because I'm going to be selling a really good card. I'm going to sell Satori. So I can go up to 6. And then I'm going to spend all 6. And then it's Minotaur time. I'm going to play the Armored...
Oh, dude, you already have Minotaur?
Yep, I have...
Oh, no.
I play the Armored Minotaur. Now, this card is like, I think one of the best cards in the...
That gets me then.
Yep. So it is a 9 power on play. If I have 12 or more street cred and I have 18, I can defeat a rival unit with 5 or less power. And he conveniently has a 5 power blocker T-Bug. So I would like to defeat your T-Bug.
So outside of you having that, I really didn't want the chat to feel like improving right here. But the thing is, if I attack with the T-Bug, I take the die. The Ruthless just takes it back next turn, and the Atlas kills the T-Bug. and you still have whatever play you're doing. So
Yeah.
I don't think I actually like progress the game state in a favorable way there. Especially because you still could have just played Minotaur, killed both of my things,
Yeah.
and then what am I doing?
And this is hindsight, but to play the Minotaur, I had to spend or sell my Satori. So I actually could have equipped Satori to the Atlas and also killed your T-Book and then drew a card from its effect as well. So I'd have had like extra upside if you did that.
Actually, the Satori I would have punished you for, but the Minotaur I think is just going to be pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, if it replaces itself, if you got like a Dying Knight and it still replaces itself, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty strong either way for you.
So I'm just gonna hit you a bunch now. So since you don't have any blockers, we'll just Atlas you for. I mean, I'm gonna take both of your dice actually. So
right. I'll just move them both here.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me what the value are, and I'll just put them on my side.
A 4 and a 2.
For what sided dice? It's the
sorry, yellow. Sorry, 6-sided on 4.
Yeah.
4-sided on 2.
4-sided on 2. So I actually have 5 dice. I have 5 dice now. Okay. It is your go, my friend.
All right. Well, that wasn't good. That was the good play that's available in the alpha kits.
Minotaur, like I said, I think it's actually one of the best cards in the alpha kits. It's super good. Any 2-for-1 is just like nice, and it's a 9 power. So if I can actually just pump this up by 1 by any means, it steals 2 dice. It's so good. This thing is cracked. And my Gundam fans, it's a mech. Look at that. Look at that cool mech.
So I have to call a legend. So I'll pay 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll just roll this. So we're gonna call Victor, which is who I was hoping to call here.
Victor's good.
So when he's called, I get to search the top 5 cards of my deck for up to 2 gear that cost 2 or less. Add them, reveal them, add them to my hand. Well, I found one.
Okay.
Or at least I found one.
Okay, that's the +4 killer dude. That's the Berserk card.
Yeah, that's +4 power something. So, and then it dies at the end of turn. So it's like really, it's playable here into killing Minotaur with Flathead, but yikes overall, I think.
Yeah, but my Minotaur
I think
does need to be arrested though.
Right, exactly. That's why it's yikes, because I cannot actually do that.
Yeah.
I will sell the reboot optics.
Okay.
I cannot call any more legends. I can only call 1 per turn. I will pay 4 for the cab.
Beep beep. MFer.
Beep beep beep.
Yeah, the Delamain cab has a very iconic line in 2077 that I'm not going to say on the stream because this is a family. We didn't say it's family friendly, but I want to keep it at least a little bit without dropping the F-bomb. But the Delamain cab is beep beep. MFer.
I will just attack the lowlife and get it off the board.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, he's down.
Pass turn.
Okie dokie. We have Teague Woodcock says, I think the gig street cred mechanic makes for a lot of cool design space with cards. I do too as well. I think there's a ton of design space. If they want to get crazy and creative with it, I think they can do a lot of interesting stuff, especially playing with dice or, street cred, high street cred, low street cred. I think there's a lot of stuff.
I didn't roll a die in. Sorry, I just realized.
Oh yeah,
I was too locked in on losing the game. So
I was like,
here's a D8 with 4.
I need one of your dice. I need a dice to steal, Dan.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
You just want it right now, or?
No, I mean, give me a minute. Give me a second. So I'm going to draw first, and then I gain a gig. I will roll my D. What is this? 10. That's another 7. Wow, I've rolled 3 7s.
Good for you.
A lot of 7. 7, 7, 7. Jackpot, my dude. And then we're going to go up. And then I already drew for the turn. Let's see what I got here. All right. So I think, what's the power? Oh, your flathead's 5, if I remember right.
Yeah, it's 5.
Wow, this is I'm not going to sugarcoat it, Dan. This is insanely good hands.
Okay.
Yeah. This Arasaka is going to be laying down the law here. So I'm going to go 2, and I'm going to play Satori, and I'm going to equip it to my Atlas. I would normally equip it to the Minotaur, but I want to create 2 pretty big-bodied units, and I'm just going to have the Minotaur hit him directly, and there's no point in stealing 2 gig this turn because he only has 1 anyway. And so I'm actually going to use the Atlas to kill his guy, and then I get a draw card from the effect. So I'm going to go ahead and it's a play cards, and then we go to attack. So let me continue playing cards first.
This is actually a turn where Sandevistan would be completely destructive.
Yes.
Sandevistan on the Atlas to clear the cab, and then Satori on the Minotaur. Well, I only have 1 die, I guess, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but
so,
I don't know how to get over the 9 at that point.
Well, so this is why my hand's kind of cracked. I also have a blocker. I have Corpo Security as well. So I can kind of protect myself on the back end, and I have 6 dice already. It's going to be really hard for you to win from here.
Do you want to call a legend too?
I could do that on your turn, actually.
Yeah, I mean, true.
Actually, you know what? I probably should call before I attack, just in case I get... Yeah.
Yeah. You have effects where it's maybe relevant.
Yeah. So I'm going to pay 2, and I'm going to call a legend. So let's go ahead, and we're going to randomize the legends. Dan, which one would you like me to flip? Left, right, or middle?
Left.
Left. So this one. Ooh, okay, it's a good one. It's Yorinobu. That's the one I want.
You're welcome.
That's the one I wanted. And it's still rested, right? Or still spent?
Yeah, it remains whatever position it was.
All right, so Yorinobu, in case Dan lives through this turn, or lives through the next cycle, it says, the first time a friendly Arasaka unit attacks each turn, I get a draw card. And then if I have less than 20 street cred, I have to discard a card. But luckily, I have well more than 20 street cred, so literally I just got to draw an extra card every turn, which is pretty nice. So I'm going to go ahead and then attack with my... So I'm going to go to attack step. I'm going to go ahead and attack with my Atlas into your Flathead.
Sure.
So it'll kill the Flathead, and then I get to draw a card. If this unit wins a fight against a rival unit, draw a card. So I'll draw a card from that. And then I'm going to attack Dan with my Minotaur, and I have my Yorinobu trigger, so I'm going to draw another card.
Great.
Yeah, great great for everyone, except unless your name is Dan.
You got a D8 with a 4 on it.
D8 with a 4. All right.
That would be your 12, sir.
Oh, D8. Yeah. All right, and then with that, I have a blocker open. I'm going to pass to Dan.
What am I going to do if I top deck another cab? What's that going to do for me right now? I can get in the cab and leave so that I save some face?
Maybe.
Oh, man. What the hell? How did you do that?
Yeah, right when you need it.
Great.
Just like a taxi in real life.
I rolled a 1 on my D10.
Nice.
Yep. All right. We gotta get V, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh,
it's V.
You got V. Okay.
It's V, but the problem is that I pay everything to go solo her. I can trade her into the Minotaur, but there's still, and then I can't Dying Knight.
So I have 7 dice. I have 7 gig currently. So you need to steal 2 gig from me to not lose.
Yep.
And I have a blocker. So you need 3 attackers this turn, or you need to bounce my blocker.
Yep.
And also pay to go solo.
Yep.
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 Like I said, when I looked at my hand last turn, I was like, this is kind of a cracked hand.
Okay, cool. Yeah, great, good. Yep. So, I will sell Dying Knight.
Okay.
I will pay 5, go solo V.
Yep.
I will attack the cab to try and steal one of your dice.
I guess it doesn't really matter if I block now or block later, so you can steal a dice. Which dice would you like? You want one of yours back?
Yeah. Give me my 4 back on my yellow, my 6-sided. I just liked that one. I like the yellow.
Oh, your D6? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then, you're just going to forget you have a blocker, so V's just going to steal a die.
Yeah, no, I block the security.
Yeah, okay, you got it. Okay. Minotaur is such a swing. It's so crazy.
All right. And so the way the victory works in the game is that if you start your turn with 6 or more gig dice, then you win. And that's kind of how you win, unless we get to an overtime, which I'm sure we'll get to overtime at some point. today, and we'll talk about how that works. But yeah, if Dan just passes the turn, I start my turn, and then I just win.
Yep. Congratulations,
Yay.
Kel. Yeah.
Cool.
That, I mean, so like this highlights something in the alpha kits though, is just that like the alpha kits are designed with a small number of cards that do the couple of cards that are extremely good. And then everything else is, T-bug and stuff.
Yeah, so there's a lot of similarities between the alpha kits. Like, both alpha kits have a 2-cost blocker. Both alpha kits have a 4-cost 7 attack. Both alpha kits have a 3-cost 5 attack. Like, there's a lot of, like, parity between the two. But what makes them different is, like, this one has Minotaur and Satori, while that one has, like, Dying Knight and the big Jackie. So, yeah, these are really rudimentary decks. It's the one, like, big critique I had when I did my review of this is, like, these are really simple, but I think there's a lot of space for these to open up and be, like, really, really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's the correct critique, and it's like we're not going to be out here like sugarcoating anything. Oh my God, Creative Cloud, stop right now! Why are you doing that? I feel like people might think we're going to just sit here and like glaze, be like, no, you don't understand. The Alpha Kit was the greatest gaming experience that I've ever had as a player of card games for 30 years.
Yeah, I mean, they feel like a Magic like welcome deck or something, where you get maybe one bulk rare that's like a 7-cost dragon and everything else is like a vanilla unicorn or whatever,
Yeah, and like I get what they're going for. The idea is that people who have not played a card game can just kind of not have to read a lot. And I will say, from experience picking up decks that are not the alpha decks in this game, it's actually extremely daunting. If I think it's the right call to not put like full like constructed level decks as your kind of demo experience for sure.
Well, yeah, because they sent this to people like you and me, Dan, who are like, I mentioned this in our podcast announcement. We have a combined 60 years of card game experience between Dan and I. But there are people who have 0, and they sent these to those people too, like, IGN, whoever the, person at IGN was tasked to play with these. And, a lot of other places, people who are more familiar with 2077 than card games. So it does make a lot of sense. And I mentioned this in like an email to Richard Zapp, the head game designer, and he was like, yep, that's exactly our intent. And I was like, yeah, it seemed like your intent. Like, it didn't seem like, oh, this is the full game. It very much felt like, yeah, here's the, the base level demo deck kind of experience. I have a bunch of questions in my chat if you'd like.
Yeah, let's answer some questions. Go for it.
Okay, cool. So, one person, let's see. Someone just says, I don't recall stealing any gigs in 2077. I earned that street cred the old-fashioned way. Mayhem. Yeah, me too. I played my first playthrough as a hacker, and then the next one as like someone who just punched people to death. It's great. Necromi says, so your gigs are where the fixer space is typically on the playmat, just so I understand how you laid them out there. Yeah. I'm just setting them off to the side, and Dan is setting them up in front of him up at the top. Just because we don't have anyone helping us with the overlays off camera, so we're just kind of doing it old school with that. Do you guys know if this game will have support in South America? I play Grand Archive, and we don't have any big tourneys here. We only have one LGS in the country. Oh, that's rough. I know there's a lot of folks in South America that are extremely passionate about TCGs. I know have a decent amount of viewership who are from outside of the U.S. In fact, only 40% of the Rogues Gallery are from the U.S. I personally don't know, but it's something we can ask when the devs come on, if they're going to have any support in South America. So we'll put that in the back pocket. I'll save that one for when the devs come on, so we can get an official answer for you. Hopefully an official answer. They might not be 100% sure either. Let's see. Does your LG? Oh, someone's just talking about South America, I think. Let's see. This doesn't seem like a back and forth game. It's a really back and forth game. I just drew a really, really strong hand. Usually it's like steal your thing, back, kind of a back and forth. In fact, might be a little too much in some games where it just grinds out and whoever can steal the first thing in overtime wins, which that has been a lot of my experience with these.
I really
Um,
want to stress that like this whole alpha kit power level thing that we're talking about, it's like it's it's seriously incredibly impactful when only a few cards in the decks have like actual abilities, and some of them are not like super relevant either. That like when one player draws even one card that has a modicum of value,
yeah,
it completely shifts, the pace of that particular game. Which is the intention of the alpha decks, just to have like something that's like, oh man, if I just can draw this, I can get out of this scenario. It's just rough when your opponent draws the one Minotaur and then curves into it.
yeah,
They're like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to do about that.
I had
So
I had the Minotaur in my opener, and then like 3 eddies, and then like a couple load drops, and I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good keeper hand. It's pretty good keeper. I just needed to draw into the blocker, and I was like, if I can draw into a blocker, then I can kind of seal it, unless you got some crazy stuff.
yeah, and I mean, like, I could have taken a mulligan too to try and, since I was on the play, start with a cab or something, but like, I just didn't want to take the time. I wanted to start playing, so
Yeah,
I was like, whatever, this will be fine,
yeah.
I guess.
Is there a limit to the number of cards in your hand that you can sell a turn? So you can only sell 1 card per turn. Um,
Yep,
the maximum hand size, I don't believe there is one. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dan. Is there a maximum hand size?
no maximum hand size.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Game design looks cool. How does the cyberpunk theme come across for you two in this one compared to like Neuroscape and other games? I assume like, I don't know, like it's I do like it. I do like the cyberpunk theme, but I'm a big fan of cyberpunk. I have been since the 90s. Personally speaking, I hope they will incorporate some of the cyberpunk, like the Talsorian game stuff from like Cyberpunk Red and old Cyberpunk 2020 and 2013 and all that kind of stuff. That'd be sweet. But stealing your opponent's stuff is very is very cyberpunk in my opinion. Like heists and stuff are very like, I don't know, it's very core. Like, I mean, the most iconic thing in cyberpunk is like it's not really a stealing, it's like the Arasaka Tower bombing. It's more like a bombing, but I don't know. What about you, Dan? What do you think about in regards to the theme?
This is a really interesting question that hits at like, it's a very common criticism that I hear, and especially just given that it released recently, Neuroscape does get brought up a fair amount with this. I think a really difficult task is to take an IP as vast and kind of varied as Cyberpunk and distill it into a game where everybody would look at it and go, yes, this hits the exact thing I'm looking for. Because like, frankly, when I've played Neuroscape a little bit, I had a similar feel of like, it's not, this isn't like oozing with the cyberpunk theme. But that's because, you're in the same way that Cyberpunk TCG is, you're might be looking for particular things to be represented as the things that are most important to you in the cyberpunk theme, out of like a pretty wide set of different things it can represent. Because we're talking about like cyberpunk, you're going to talk about things like the what is humanity question, the philosophical stuff, human versus machine kind of concepts. I mean, you also have the man versus the authority, which is another like huge important theme. You have, are we just going to like, are we going to say, look, if you chrome your things up and they get cyberpsychosis, that's theme? Because like, that's one element, but it's not like it's one thing you can represent and try and encapsulate into one individual game. Right. And I think Cyberpunk TCG hits on certain aspects that I think do fulfill the message of the IP pretty well. I think Kelly is spot on about the idea of it being a bit of a like free for all, stealing things back and forth from one another, hits on the sort of reckless attitude of people where it's just like dog eat dog, kind of just trying to survive on the streets, or trying to oppress the other person, I guess, in some way. Yeah. And I think they do things mechanically, like the way gear because so far from what we've seen, at least effects that like remove units are pretty weak and gear is pretty powerful. And gear follows units where they go. It like creates an incentive to actually put gear on your units. And the fact that you need to have things to sell. So your deck wants to run some number of gear anyway, or programs and gear. All of those things like end up making the game play in such a way where we do hit this idea of like, you're going to want to like give your things cybernetics to make them stronger. You're going to use them to steal things. And then like the tabletop dice thing that Cal mentioned as well, like getting the dice in there to bring out that side of the universe. Like there's stuff that's definitely represented. Is it everything you want? I'm not sure, but it's stuff that does represent Cyberpunk. Sorry, that was a monologue.
No, it's good. I agree with everything, and I want to add one more thing that I think is really important. It's actually one of my favorite parts about this game, and that is your crew. Like assembling your crew, so your legends in this case, is just a core part of the Cyberpunk TTRPG. Like that's, you don't play that game by yourself, and I think assembling your crew is a big part of it. Even if you watch like the Edge Runners anime, or even in like the 2077, there's a couple of times where you assemble a crew throughout the course of that game. You're mostly solo, but hey, solo is a class in Cyberpunk Red. But I really think like assembling the crew is also a part of it that actually isn't really in a lot of other trading card games. There's a lot of games where you have like a leader or whatever, but having like 3 leaders is kind of cool. Once again, it's not like a wholly unique, but it's just something a little extra. I think is kind of cool. Where you have your crew.
I think the theme thing is a difficult question because it comes in with a lot of baggage of like what you expect to be important in conveying a very, very, very large IP and universe. Just like you were saying, Cal, like in some parts of the IP, crews are less important than in others, where this really feels to me like Edge Runners, it's important to have the crew together and which ones you pick for whatever mission. Like you might get the guy who just goes in and gets blown up by the traps, like whatever. Sure, like I don't remember his name, but like dude just beefs it, right? Like you want to pick good ones, right? So I think that's important. But
okay, someone
what's important to you guys is the better question.
Teague Woodcock says, I think building your street cred up across stronger effects is on theme, as well as having to grow your street cred in 2077, which is true. I mean, that's literally a mechanic in 2077. Crew and RAM are the best things in terms of design that stand out for me for sure. They're some of my favorite parts about this game. Like absolutely. Just the deck building restrictions and RAM and the color, like just deck building in general, I think is going to be really, really fun once you get your hands on it. Once I get my hands on it. And then also crew, like just this whole everything to do with the legends, I think is the best part. And there's dice and street cred too. But for me personally speaking, if you're like, hey, what's your favorite mechanic? It's the whole legend system and everything that goes with it, both deck building, both effects, and like thematic. So we're probably gonna do a whole podcast talking about it, but that's my quick answer.
Yeah, we have a few months before the game releases. A few is putting it lightly. So basically any big topic, we're gonna probably have a deep dive in leading up to the release for sure. I have a couple of quick hits from my chat, and then we should play another game.
Yeah, I'll mulligan while you do that. I'll look at my hand while you do
that. Okay. We have anyone randomly know what mat I'm using? This is actually an unreleased main deck mat, but stay tuned to my website, maindeck.gg. There's a lot of things in progress right now. This is a prototype of it. If you like the mat, you can stay tuned for that. We had, let's see. I'll mention that, by the way, Richard Zapp, who's the designer, did show up in chat here. So if people have questions,
Sweet.
Maybe he's there, maybe he's not. He might have just popped in for a sec.
Sure.
And then we had someone saying that they feel like overtime will happen a lot in set 1. What we are told, at least what I've heard, is that is not the case. But, internal playtest versus external, like when a game gets into a wide group of hands, that can vary. My experience so far is that it won't, but I've not nearly seen the whole set. So
I think when you have fully constructed stuff, it'll probably play a little bit closer to the first game we did, but with maybe a little bit more interaction, so Dan can prevent it. We'll see how the opponent could prevent it. So we'll see how things go. But I imagine it'll be a little bit better. Oh, okay, I imagine it'll be a lot better than the alpha kits.
Kel, I will say you can go first in this game.
Okay. And also, Necromi says we're holding out for the Militech Mill Deck Tech. Absolutely, and of course I'm going to be calling it the Militech deck. That's what we're doing.
You gotta. It's right there.
Yeah, a Militech versus Arasaka game would be great. Yeah, dude. We got some Cyberpunk fans in chat. Let's go. All right. So I'm gonna keep
my opening hand.
I'm gonna keep my hand too. So I'm gonna go. You said I'm gonna go first again.
Yes.
Okie doke. Let's see. Draw a card. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna gain a gig. I like going medium high with Arasaka. I'm just gonna go high actually. That's a 10. Pretty good. Set that off to the side here. Let me take a look at my hand. Definitely gonna sell some stuff. I'm going to do a repeat of the last game. I'm going to sell this Industrial Assembly. By the way, this is just a program that says I can increase a friendly gig by 4. And then if I have 7 or more street cred, I get a draw card. It's a kind of a thing that increases street cred and cycles itself. But I think I just want to use that for resources now. Let me glance at the hand, see if I have any things to play. Not really, so I can turn up a legend. You can technically also turn up a legend on your opponent's turn, but just for the sake of brevity, I'm just going to do it now. So I'm going to go ahead, pay 2, and I'm going to turn up one of these legends. Dan, left, right, center. Which one do you want?
Center.
Center, cool. So we get Yorinobu again. All right, I'll take that. Yorinobu's really good, by the way. I think he's probably the best Arasaka one, or from the Alpha Kit at least. Saburo is pretty good too, but I like drawing cards. Okay, that's going to be my turn. Go ahead, Dan.
Alrighty, I will draw a card. I will sell.
Ninja versus robots, says Necromi. Yeah, it's a very cyberpunk thing. Ninja versus robots. Sometimes maybe the ninjas also have guitars. It's very cyberpunk.
Play a Delamain Cab and pass.
Oh, that's pretty good. I'm just excited to get that Nova Rare Watercolor Lucy from the 20 million stretch goal. Yeah, me too. That looks beautiful. Looks beautiful. Mm-hmm. So we are going to draw first.
The art's been fire. The art
has
been revealed has been so cool. I especially am like super excited to see all the iconic rares and everything. I think, it's
absolutely
gonna be tempting.
I really like the different like styles of art that they've brought in. Like you have like the more artistically rendered ones that are like very stylized. You have some that are more like semi-realistic. I like seeing all the different versions. It's really cool. Personally, I like the really stylized ones, but that is me. Let's see. What do I want to do this turn? If I sell, I can go to 5. It's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, I'm going to sell.
I think you should skip selling, Kel, just for just for fun. For fun this game.
I'm gonna sell this Corporate Surveillance, which is it's a card that lets me spend a rival unit with 3 or less. So basically, like rests his dude or taps his dude down, which is kind of good to get through blockers or to spend something so I can attack into it. But I would rather not do that. I'd rather just jam some cards. So I'm gonna play this Swordwise Hustle. It's just kind of a 5 power. Generic, and if you know, hustle is hired muscle, and then we're gonna go 2, and then I'm just gonna jam out Corpo Security and then pass. Go ahead, Dan.
Alrighty.
Curve out here. Corpo Security, by the way, I played this last game, but it's just a 2 power.
I didn't roll a gig in last turn either.
Oh yeah,
sorry.
Getting the gig's probably pretty good. And it's just a 2 power blocker that can't attack.
Oh my god, that was what I was hoping to draw. Let's go. Okay.
Oh no. Oh no. Art by Shin Uchida, so pretty. Absolutely, man. I can't wait to see all of the tribal stuff with the gangs, corpos, etc. Dan's confidence. This game must be high. Not gaining a gig on turn 1. He got it. Actually,
I remembered eventually.
Yeah. That's actually 1 less gig for me to steal. That's how I like to see it. So I'd prefer if Dan gained his gig. Thank you.
Okay. I feel like I'm just not going to need this with the way this is developing. So I'm going to sell another copy of Floret.
Okay.
And then...
go ahead.
I'm going to play Kuroshi Optics onto
Okay.
the cab.
All right.
And I should say a cab,
Yes.
because I'm playing a second Delamain cab.
Yeah, you got the whole fleet.
Yep, we got we're ready to take you anywhere. We got Uber X, we got Uber Black right over
Yeah.
here. So we are going to attack, get the Kuroshi Optics attack trigger.
Ah, yeah.
And I'm gonna learn quite a bit. We got a Monty Hall problem thing going on here, so okay.
So for those out there, the Kuroshi Optics let Dan take a little peek at one of his legends.
All right. I know one of my legends, which means I've sort of 50-50'd the other ones as well.
Yep.
And then Kel, how would you like to respond to this 8 power attack coming in at you?
Yeah, that's fine. Which dice would you like to steal? I have my 10 or the 6 here.
I request your 10.
Okay, you got it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. Draw first. Gain a gig. We will roll the D8 here. That's a 5. And we're going to get up. All right. We're going to do some stuff this turn. Hopefully some cool stuff. Hopefully some cool and good stuff.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm fine if you don't do cool stuff this game. I just want to make sure I don't go the entire night without winning one. After I win one, then like you can just have Minotaur every game if you want.
Yeah, sure. We'll see. We'll see what I get here, but I think I just
not great right now though.
I think I want to just get some value. Yeah, Minotaur not good when you have a bunch of 7 and higher, but
Cab OP.
So how your cab is 8, right? The big one?
8. Yep, 8 is the big one. 7 is the other.
Man. Man. I mean, I do really want to just kill your big cab. I do really want to just kill your big cab.
I don't recommend it.
See, my hand's actually not super good, which is good for you. I am going to go 2. I'm going to play the Satori onto my Swordwise Hustle, so it's going to get +1 power, and then on attack, if it wins a fight against a rival unit, I get a draw.
Okay.
So now it's at 6.
And then the Mantis Blades come down.
I wish I had Mantis Blades.
Are you sandying?
Yeah, I am.
Oh my god.
Sandevistan?
What the? Holy, okay.
So now Sandevistan gives you +3, and it can attack spent units this turn. So it's kind of a way to give you like a rush type effect. If you're familiar with Shadowverse, this would be rush and not storm. And then I should probably still sell something. Well, maybe not. It might be good to just sandbag until next turn. 6 is the real big break point with this deck, so you can play the Minotaur.
I think you want to sell. I'm pretty sure you want to sell. Can you win without selling on one of these turns? I don't know that you can.
Well, I only have 3 cards in my hand, see? And there's no point in selling a card if I can already play the other 2. Like, I can already play the other 2 next turn. So there's no point in really selling unless I drew the Minotaur, in which case I could just sell anyway and then play the Minotaur. So I don't think I should sell this turn. I think there's actually no reason to. In fact, I think there's more reason not to.
You're going to be 1 resource off of Goro, and you're going to be sad.
That'll be fine, because I'm gonna go to attack, and then I'm just gonna kill your dude, or attempt to attack your dude.
Because you draw a card off of this.
Yes, I do get a draw card. That's exactly what I was getting at. So I also get a draw and discard, because I don't have the 20 from Yorinobu. So I could kind of like loot my way into something a little bit better as well. So yeah, I'm gonna clear your dude, and then I get a loot from Yorinobu, and then I also get a draw from this. So
and you did say you attacked the optics one, right?
I mean, it's the only one. Oh yeah, it's the only one I could attack.
No, it's not, because the Sandy can let you attack. Sandy lets you attack the other cab if you want to.
No. Sandy says I can attack spent units this turn.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You're right. It's just it can attack the turn it enters. My bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the order of operations here is I'm going to trigger Yorinobu first to draw and discard, and then we're going to discard. Oh, these are not great. I'm going to discard this Ruthless Lowlife. And then I'm going to trigger the Swordwise Hustle, or rather the Satori trigger, and then draw another card. Okay, sure. And then it's your turn, Dan.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So now I have this big dude. My total power is 9.
That was an insane rip. That was an absolutely crazy rip right now. Oh
I
my
hate,
god, that was the
hate,
thing that I
hate to
wanted.
hear it. Hate to hear it.
Except your corpo security though.
Got my blocker.
Okay. I don't need anything though. I'm just gonna go with this guy. Get my D8 in here. Okay. So with that happening,
Sand devastated.
Yeah.
Necromi says, absolutely.
yeah, I had that here too. I have to read the guy I looked at one more time just to make sure I remember exactly what it says.
Bob says the only Cyberpunk TCG I played was Netrunner. I miss it. Have you heard of Hub World Eidolon? You should check it out. It's similar to Netrunner. It's not a TCG though. It's more like an expandable card game. Also, not really an LCG. You should check it out. It's cool. The art reminds me of like Mobius style artwork. If any cultured people know what that is. Is the card print quality better, worse, or equivalent to other TCGs? I would say it's better than Magic the Gathering, but not quite as like super textured, at least for the alpha kits, as something like Grand Archive. It's like in between, in my opinion. Though the foils are really nice so far.
I'm going to pay 2 to call Jackie. I knew he was there.
Okay, that's a good one.
Then I am going to... doing that for the last moment. So Jackie allows it. So the first time I play a blue unit or blue gear each turn, I can increase a friendly gig by 2. And if it's at max, then I can draw a card.
It's extremely
so
good.
I'm going to spend Jackie in this one.
Oh,
in order to play.
I have a question. If Richard is still in the chat, Richard, does Jackie trigger if the gig is already maxed out? I'm curious. That came up when in my own playtesting, and I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I am pretty sure it does, because it just says you increase it by 2. Then, if it's at max value, draw a card. But yeah, I mean, we could definitely get confirmation.
So yeah, it depends on how the game system works, because I don't know if it's maxed if you technically increase it by 2. Is what I'm getting at. So if it doesn't increase it by 2, then you don't do the second part. I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
I'm gonna play Dying Knight onto the cab.
That's a good one.
And then when I play this blue gear, I'm going to increase my D6 up to 6 from 4 to 6.
It's also very good.
I'll draw a card.
It's also very good.
The card was not sellable. I was hoping to not have to sell this, but it's okay. Then I will sell Mandibular Upgrade.
Ooh, okay. No blocker for you.
And I will play a blocker for me, a secondhand Bombus.
Bombus.
So I have 7 or more street cred. So when I attack with the cab, I get to defeat a rival gear that costs 2 or less. Unfortunately, it says 2 or less, but still.
Yep.
I can have the cab 6, 7, 8. The cab's at 9 now, so I will have the cab attempt to attack the hustle, and attack trigger. I'll defeat the Satori on it, so that if you don't use the security, I win this fight. So
attack trigger is going to happen first. I can't do anything about that. So it destroys the Satori. And I am going to block with the corpo security. I will save my hustle.
I mean, of course.
Yeah. Now we have the back and forth. By the way, so we're gonna see a nice little back and forth here.
We have a little game now. So pass turn.
Okie doke. Draw a card. Gain a gig. We'll go D6. That's a 6. That's pretty good. Not quite up to 20 yet. All right. So let's see. We're going to do some more stuff. We're going to do more stuff. So you said that's up to 9?
It is 9 power, yes.
And it's like a meets it beats it situation here, right? Or does it have to be higher? I remember right.
If they're equal, they both die.
Oh, okay. No me gusta. Well, that means I need to be not equal. I need to be higher than that. Alas. How do I want to do this? Your Bombus is posing quite the threat.
Yo, Bombus.
Quite the threat, Mr. Dan. Okay, so what I'm going to do...
Bombus is so cute.
What I'm going to do is I need My hand's just really awkward. Um, hand's just really awkward. So I think my game plan is going to be here. I'm going to flip a legend and then double equip my hustle. Just go big, because going big, honestly, in the alpha kit or in the alpha kits is actually a legit strategy because the removal is just like not great. And so just having like a big unkillable threat is definitely something you can do with these. And I think I'm gonna do that. But first, let me flip my legends and see what we get. So I'm gonna pay 2. Dan, left or right?
Left.
Left. We get. Oh, this is the one I was hoping for. We get Saburo
I'm
Arasaka.
done picking for you. You have to start rolling dice now. I always pick the one you want.
Let me try to get this. So someone's asking about card quality. So here is Saburo, and the foiling is textured, very much like a Japanese trading card game. So regular viewers of my channel will know. I guess, yeah, tilting it like this would be better. It's very similar to like Gundam in terms of like texturing and stuff. A little bit. The card's not quite as thick, but it's really nice. I would rank this up there with other like quality Japanese TCG foiling, which is like the biggest compliment that I can give. Japanese card games have like the best texturing and foiling out of all of them.
They do.
I would include GA in that since it's an anime style game, even though it's not made in Japan. So what Saburo does, by the way, is that all my Arasaka units have +1 power when attacking, which is really good. So actually, this makes it so I don't have to go super big on this. I can actually still sell one of these. So I'm gonna go to here, and I'm gonna play Satori. So I have another Satori on my Swordwise Hustle.
Ooh.
And so now my option is I have 1 remaining. So I could either, I'm going to do something with this. I have a Mantis Blades. So if I didn't get Saburo, I was going to just play the Mantis Blades and equip it. But I could also sell it now because I will have enough power to kill his dude with Saburo, because this is an Arasaka unit. So it will attack as a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It will attack as a 10, so I can kill his dude. I think for me right now, I think selling it is probably not what I want to do. I think I just want to equip it. We're just going big. We're going very, very big. And then
that thing's pretty big.
Yep, we're just going to go as big as possible. This is the most powerful hustle of all time. I scoop my stuff down so you can see stacking it up here. So this is going to attack for 12. This is a 12 attacker. So I'm going to attack. I'm going to go to my attacks, and I'm just going to attack into attempt to kill your dude. I assume you're going to block, but I do have a trigger before that. I have my Yorinobu trigger. I'm only at 17 street cred, so I draw and discard. So I will draw, and then I'm going to discard Lil Chungus. I'm going to discard the Ruthless Lowlife. Now you can choose whether or not you would like to block. I assume you will block.
Block.
Yes.
Block.
Okay, so Dan blocks, and I will trigger Satori and draw another card.
Good for you.
And now it's going to be hard for him to kill it on the crackback unless he has got a lot of stuff. So I'm going to pass. Go ahead.
Dude, the reboot optics is going to go crazy.
I mean, if you gotta, you gotta.
Whoa, it's a good card though.
No, don't like that. Don't like that.
It's a good card. I'm gonna roll this bad boy. Get me a 5. All right. Well, guess who is not selling anything this turn? Unless I get lucky. I could play the flathead, try to get lucky. Or I could, man, if I want to sell, I have to like make a risky choice either way.
Ooh, okay.
I either have to pay 2 to call one of either Victor or V, hope to get Victor, then hit something to sell, and then I could still play a 5-drop. So it's a 50-50 shot to potentially find my Victor, because you killed my Kuroshi Optics right away, which was lame.
Yep.
Or I can play a blue unit, assume the rules work. I know you're asking a question about this, but assume the rules work the way I think they do, and I can just choose any die, and then it fails to increase, but then the second line, which says if Then if it's at max value, draw a card. If that still triggers, then I could draw and hope to draw into a sellable card.
Well, you would.
But then I can't play anything else anyway.
Well,
I could,
yeah.
and I could call. So I think that's the worst of the two. I either play, and the problem is if I call and I get V, I'm just kind of like posed this turn. So that's pretty terrible.
And reminder to everyone out there, you cannot play stuff after you attack. Like there's not a second main phase, and there's also just the general. What I'm just telling everyone for general.
No. Yeah, I'm over here. I'm over here in my own world right now.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: if I just attack you,
yeah,
you have to take the die, or you lose the game.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Which,
well, here's the thing: if you don't play a blocker, I can steal 2 die. This has over 10 attack.
That's true, but the point is, you still have to attack me and not my cab.
Correct. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do board control unless I had some shenanigans in my hand.
So, I think what I would like to do, if I may, sir.
You may.
If I may. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Man, hitting that Yorinobu is really annoying.
He's good. He's good.
Yeah, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pay 6. I'm just not gonna sell anything this turn because I can't. And I'm gonna play the man, the myth, and the legend himself.
Ooh, Jackie.
Jackie Wells.
Oh.
So Jackie gets +2 power for each friendly gig.
That's Jackie's really good. He's huge.
He's currently 16.
Monster.
I'm going to have the cab attack you.
Okay.
Well, actually, wait. Or the other option is cab can actually attack into hustle. If it deletes Mantis Blades, I can just trade the two into each other and say, I have a Jackie, what are you going to do?
That is true. You could do that. Because Yorinobu or Saburo only gives +1 on attacks, not permanent. So if you did that, I would. Yeah, if you got rid of the Mantis Blades, I would have 9. I would have 9.
You still, yeah. Oh man, I don't know, Kel. I don't know. I don't know what one's better, actually. I think getting the threat off the board makes sense. How many cards do you have in your hand, though, after all that?
I have 4.
You drew so many cards.
I have 4 in hand. Going into next turn, I'll have 5.
Because here's the thing. If I normally wouldn't sit here and think for forever, but I find it kind of interesting, I think, for chat, at least, to discuss this. So if I don't clear your hustle, if you just play like multiple blockers next turn and attack back and steal 2, I guess.
So you've already killed one of my Corpus Securities. One. Yeah. So that is knowledge. And was this the game that I played? Yeah, so this is the game I did play the Sandevistan as well. So I also played the Sandevistan.
I'm just so afraid of this gigantic hustle. But like I said, I'm gonna go with my initial strat because I really think that you are put in a bad position by this. I will between a rock and a hard place, if you will. So I'm gonna have cab attack you on attack trigger. I'm gonna hit the Mantis Blades anyway, though.
Okay.
Just get the higher power off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. And then when I hit you, I am gonna go ahead and steal your what do you have there?
I have
steal your D8 or D10 or your D10. Your D10.
The 6 D10? Okay.
So I am now putting you in check. You must take one of these gigs or I will win the game.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So I draw first, pardon me. And then I will roll this lowly D4. It's a 2. And then we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. It is a pretty tough situation. It is a pretty tough situation. All right, let's see what I drew. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
Jackie's pretty good. Pretty good card.
All right. Well, okay. Um. Hmm. I have a lot of options actually. So the first thing I got to do this. So I've been kind of like just sandbagging, selling for a little while. I did draw into this industrial assembly, so that's an easy sell for me. So now I'm up to 6 here. I basically only have one option. So I'm gonna go. I mean, I could try to get Goro. I think he costs 5. Is he the same as V? He costs like 5 to go solo, right?
He costs 5, and he just has 1. He has 7 power and blocker.
Yeah. So I don't have enough to actually flip and play him this turn because I only have 6, so I need a full 7 to do that. What's really good about going solo is they can attack immediately, which is really good generally. But I have another way to do that without playing Mr. Takamura here. I'm going to play another Swordwise Hustle.
Okay.
And then I have 3. I'm going to play another Sandevistan.
Ooh.
So I'm going to be able to trade and hit Dan. I will not be able to draw off my Satori, which is what I would love to do, but that's fine. And your Delamain Cap has a 9 attack, right?
It has a 9, yes. That Sandevistan is Sandevastating for sure.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Alrighty. Well, we're gonna go to combat. I'm gonna start off by trading. So I'm gonna have my Swordwise Hustle attack. It's gonna trigger Yorinobu. I'm gonna draw and discard. Because I have 11, 12, 13. I'm gonna draw and discard. Draw. Oh. What do I discard? I'm gonna discard this other Takamura, this other Goro. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then we have the 9 attack coming versus your 9.
Because of your Saburo.
Yep, Saburo gives it the extra +1 because this is an Arasaka unit.
Obnoxious, yes, they'll both die.
So they'll trade?
Yes.
I would have loved to have this attack face and this one attack and live, but Sandevistan makes it so this can only attack spent units this turn. So unfortunately, it's not like haste. It's, like I said, more like a rush from Shadowverse. And then, yeah, I got to steal your stuff, man. I got to hit you. And I'm going to steal 2 this time because I'm going to be attacking for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total. 10.
Which
I'm going to steal my 2 back. I'm going to get my 10 back and my 6 back.
Okay.
Because I want my dice. Gosh darn it.
You made Jackie so weak now. He's only 14.
Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here.
He was 18 before.
And so that's my turn. I feel like that was an okay turn in the situation that I was put in. So it is your turn.
I would say it was pretty all right.
Wow, discarding the best Goro. I actually don't like this card very much. It's like on a lot of turns it's worse than the 4-cost 7. At best, it's a 4-cost 8, but it's only on your turn, so it's also bad on defense. I have a lot of thoughts about this card. I don't think it's generally very good. Jackie's so strong, surely he'll never die. Well, we do need a card eventually called With a Hint of Love. With a Hint of Love. If you know, you know.
Okay. So we each have 5 right now.
Yes. We're getting down to it.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. V flips as an 8.
Yes. Oh, no. Oh, no. I mean, if you have it lined up, V plus Dying Knight is a 10 immediately if you have enough resources to do all of that. I don't think you do.
I don't, though. No. I don't is the thing. I wish I did. I wish I could say I did, Kel. Wish I could say I
I'm
did.
glad I'm glad that you don't. How many cards
sure.
how many cards do you have in your hand?
You know, here's the thing though. You still have to get rid of Jackie, and I just don't think you're going to. So
Jackie's really hard to get
um,
rid of. Yeah.
I have a couple of options here. I'm going to start by paying 2 to call, and I'll just randomly roll these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will call. I did call V. Okay. And that's cool. That actually is pretty solid. Also, I'm going to sell Dying Knight.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I am then going to pay 5, and we're going to go solo V, which does ready her
Yep.
and allows her to attack this turn.
Yep.
I'm gonna have Jackie attack your Swordwise Hustle. He is a 16, so I
Yeah.
think the hustle dies.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
And then V will attack you and put you in check once again. Give me that 10 back.
Oh, my 10. Yeah, you got it.
All right.
12.
Pretty good position.
Okay, well, I'll at least have 20 this turn unless I roll a 1 on this. All right, well, yeah, you're in a very good position. I don't know how I not die. Okay, so it's my turn.
Yep.
All right, we need to draw. I don't even know what I could draw with these decks. I will roll my d20 as the last gig. That's a 19, sure. I have all of the street cred. And then we go into what's probably my last turn. Let's see. Well, well, I'm going to play it out just to be a good sport, but you got me, Dan. So I'm going to play an Emergency Atlas.
Oh, no.
And then I'm going to double Mantis Blades and pass. Go ahead.
It's crazy. Trauma Team's going wild right now.
Yeah, I mean, I could technically do something else. I could technically flip up my last card. It's Goro.
Oh.
So I could sell a Mantis Blades, flip up Goro, and then be able to block something or attack, but it doesn't matter because it's not enough. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, you because I won on the start of turn, like you had to flip Goro and swing with him, but yeah, it just was. You just are in a losing.
I would have lost the next turn. So I could have flipped up Goro, and then attacked with Goro, stolen a dice back, and so I wouldn't have lost at the beginning of your turn. And then you could have just either killed Goro, which is probably what you've done, and stole another one of my dice. And then on my turn, I do this. I play this, and then I lose. So to save a turn, and then I could have drawn another Emergency Atlas. I don't think there's anything in this deck that could have pulled me out of that situation. I've already played both of my Sandevastans. Yeah. I think it was rough. So
I won with Jackie and V. That's cool.
yeah. Well,
the duo.
Good game, Dan.
Yes, GG.
On my blocker, I had some blockers, but the writing was one on the wall. You were gonna. There's no way I can kill Jackie in that situation.
He big. My chat was talking about the dice mechanic a little bit. Kind of an interesting thing, I think, to discuss. Dice are always a little bit polarizing in TCGs because the general, like the line of thought behind it is that card games already have randomness.
Sure.
So adding another layer on top of that then potentially determines the results can be off-putting. Kel, how do you feel?
I think, I like Dragoborn. I think it's a very, very,
True.
It's a very cool game.
See you, Necromi. Thank you.
Necromi says, 4 a.m. Got to crash. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck, RZR. Cheers. Thank you for hanging out with us. It's great. It's been great. So one thing I really like about this game is how rolling the higher dice isn't always better. So let me pull out the easy example here with Jackie and Yorinobu. So Yorinobu wants me to have really high dice. So this actually incentivizes me to roll my bigger numbers earlier to try to get high street cred. Jackie actually kind of wants you to have lower dice because if your dice is capped out, you get to draw cards. So I think it's not always a situation where you're like high dice equals better. I think there's a little bit of nuance to it. And if they keep up with game design like this, I think it could be extremely interesting and done very well and like make it compelling. So that's kind of where I am with this. Just with this as an example, there's already reasons to roll high or roll low. So yeah.
Let me devil's advocate you, or at least put in the response I think they would give to that, which is that like even if you have a deck where you want to roll high and a deck where you want to roll low, you still will roll the die and you might not get the result you want. And that can affect your game plan pretty majorly.
We're playing a TCG, we're not playing chess.
Right. But that's what they're saying is that like, well, you already have the cards you drew though, and now you added that on top. So do you have any thoughts about that?
I mean, like, random is random, man. Like, I already kind of gave my spiel. I do like, my thoughts are, if you don't want another kind of like random mechanic at all, then, I mean, there's nothing that's going to change it. This dice is an integral part of this game. But if you want an interesting implementation of dice that not always higher is better, then I think this is a good implementation of it. Just like Dragoborn, where they had different numbers that mattered. So sometimes you'd want like a 1 through 3, or you'd want a 4 through 6. This has a similar thing, at least so far, where not always higher is better, and I hope they continue with that. So, what do you have to say?
Yeah, one thing I would say to this is that I definitely think that, look, Kelly, you and I say this all the time, but there's like so many card games right now that if it's like not hitting for you, if you try it out and you're like, yeah, I just really don't like that I roll the die and sometimes it's not right, then that's chill. Like that, like, you know,
it's not just that. I think that there's a lot of people like to do, my card game's better than your card game or whatever. I don't really buy into that kind of mentality. I generally think there's not just a lot of card games, there's a lot of good card games. So you have options. If you want to play something else, there's a lot of games you can play that doesn't have dice. But if you want to play something that does and has, Cyberpunk, then here you go.
I think it might be rough if you want to play something that has Cyberpunk, but doesn't have dice, because actually the two ones that just came out both have dice in them that are Cyberpunk themed, the official and then the Neuroscape. So you kind of have to deal with dice either way, which maybe says something kind of interesting about the philosophy of the designers going into these, where like it feels like to some people that the chaos, the uncontrollable element that these represent is like maybe integral to how they feel like bringing out the theme of the game.
And if you want to go full dice, go play Warlord. Everything is dice.
Oh yeah. You're roll a lot in that game. But I would say that like if you can accept that there's going to be dice rolling to it, I like what it adds to the game in the design space. So like that game was a really good example in particular of, I flipped Jackie and then started to consider my game plan based on the fact that I knew he was here and I could flip him. And then flipping him allowed me to use the dice manipulation he grants, and then like I was trying to choose dice kind of in a particular way to make sure I had maximum odds of being able to like try and draw cards off of this and stuff. And like,
absolutely.
I rolled like pretty well, so it like wasn't a big consideration, but it was like, it's a thing where now you have games where your brain is going to kind of go down a different route, both in how you built the deck and how you're playing turn to turn based on that being a mechanic. And I, like you had mentioned card games versus chess, and that is the thing that I love about card games, which is where like every single turn has the opportunity to present a new wrench to the plan, where now I have to, now I got to figure out how to get around this thing, or how I can figure out how to implement my plan despite things not going correctly. And it's an element of that I think is interesting, plays into deck building, plays into gameplay turn to turn. And then the chat also mentioned like if high rolls are important, then you also create high rolls for the opponent to steal because of that built-in interaction in the game. And like that whole ecosystem I find really enticing, but I get what some people don't.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just a fundamental part of the game. So I mean, if you don't like dice at all, then it's a fundamental part of the game. Yeah. That's also, by the way, why I said, like, I'm playing with this deck. I typically want to roll my higher dice, so I have a better odds of getting up to 20 quicker, so I don't have to discard when I do the attacks. Okay, Dan. So, when did we want to bring on some of the devs? We can play. Oh
yeah, we should do that now.
Or we can bring on some of the devs.
Bring on a dev. Let's get Nick on here if Nick's available still. We should get Nick into the call here. And we might have to figure out our stream setup. It's gonna like mess with our setup a little bit, but
Probably it probably will, but
we'll figure it out.
yeah. I mean, can he join and not show screen? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I'll just probably disable my overlay if he's on. If we're just chatting, or if we're playing and he's on, then yeah, I'll figure it out. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Okay. Well, we need to ping him first.
Are you gonna grab him, or do you want me to?
I
Okay,
will.
We'll ping him.
I can send it.
You do that. My chat's also talking about bringing dice with you. So, like, I will say, chat, that I already have to bring dice for almost every game I play. I think it's very rare these days to have games where you don't want some amount of dice. Like, you often at least just roll them to see who goes first. But a lot of games have little bits, little buff counters and tokens and plus ones and minus ones. And you gotta, so like, I don't mind bringing an extra set of dice personally. And the deck boxes that are with the Kickstarter campaign, the like nicer deck boxes, have a spot for dice in them. So it's like not like you're throwing anything extra other than that deck box into your stuff. But maybe you don't. Maybe you play a lot of games right now where you don't need any dice and it's an extra thing. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I suppose dice are cool though. Have you guys rolled dice? It's like sick. Rolling dice rules. I don't know.
Dan, do you know how to? Maybe you know how to do this actually. Do you know how to get a link for someone to join a Discord call? I've never done that before.
No. I think we have to send a little friend to him and have him join in because we're using Discord.
Okay. Do you already have him on your friends?
I don't know.
I know you've talked with him before at least.
Okay. I'm just going to move on to my streaming soon screen here so I don't like do anything weird showing Discordy things to people. Cool. So I'm still here, folks. Just on my stream, it currently says streaming soon. And we're just going to get Nick pulled into here.
Okay.
We can. Let's see. I can find him. It will be quite doable, I think.
Jacob says, with stealing your opponent's dice, manipulation, and multiple size dice to roll, you have lots of options for what you want to do with it. Yep, absolutely. I think they have a lot of space to play with it. They could even get like more granular, like Dragoborn did, and be like, they could have a card that's like, if you roll a gig dice and it's like a certain range, like 1 to 5, it has this effect, and if the gig dice has 5 to 10 or 6 to 10, it has like this effect or whatever. They have a lot of options that they could do depending on how deep they want to go with it. And as Dan and I mentioned before, these alpha kits are pretty rudimentary. So I think one of the big telling things is how the first set is going to shake out. Like, how complex are the rares? That kind of stuff. That's kind of what I want to see. I want to see what they do with their high rarity stuff. Because that's usually when you start seeing like, the actual like core deck archetypes and mechanics and that kind of stuff. It's usually in like the high rarity stuff. So I'm very curious to see. And then also the legends. Very curious to see what the legends. The dice range thing would be coolest on like a legend.
Incoming weird code.
Okay. It did throw my thing off a little bit, but let's just see. Oh, it's just me now. Hold on. I think I might need to jump into a different call. I do need to jump into a new call. Okay. Hold on.
There he is. All right, we got to figure it out.
This is a separate call, so I need to actually close the other thing.
Oh.
But okay. Actually, this is actually fine. It's just going to show a black screen for everyone. So it's the overlay and then like a black screen. So everyone should still be able to hear us, I think. But it won't have your cams on.
Total disaster from all of this right now.
It's because I was pulling from a separate window instead of the actual direct call. I popped it out and was pulling from the popped out. So actually, it just has the pop out as a black screen. So it actually didn't mess up my thing all that much. It's just a black screen now, which is fine. So we can just chat now. At least on my side.
I have a bunch of names here that I should probably not have showing. One sec. Let me figure this out again.
Oh, I got to take my social security off my profile name.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything like that, but
just kidding.
Let's see. Do we want to add on as well?
Sure, we can do that. I think I need to friend on if we do that. I'm not sure we are.
Let me see if
official.
I can.
Yeah, you might be able to add him.
Looks like I can.
Yeah, sweet. Very cool.
Well, I got this here. This is a work in progress.
Yo,
cool.
Yo. Hello.
Hey, on.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Ooh,
This is On here from Weird Co. And Nick as well. I am on the partnership side, and obviously he is doing all the great stuff with organized play. First things first, yo, you are some street kid energy, Dan, with those sleeves, sleeveless plays right there. Yeah.
You like that?
Yep.
I like that. I think that's pretty raw. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cards are for playing with, man. So let's play.
Hey, I agree, man. You picked up the cards and the alpha kit, and you played the game before they had any value at all to them on secondhand market and stuff. So it just shows you're the real one, day ones. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us on a chat. It's great. I was watching a good part of the stream. I know Richard was there as well. A couple of our team members were just kind of like in there quietly watching, just generally watching the fan feedback and really taking notes too. We're super excited, and if anything, that's my observation. Just seeing folks talk about the game organically. People's opinions, even feedback that's constructive and critical as well. It's exhilarating for us because we really want to make a dope game, and this is how we do it. Yeah.
That's I think that's really good to hear. I know a lot of people are very used to their TCG companies for TCGs they follow, not even necessarily even having a place to hear their feedback. So I think it's huge that you guys are being so upfront about all that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's I mean, chatting with the team through via email and through calls. A lot of the passion and everything really comes through just chatting with you, Anne and Leon and everyone else in the team. It's one of the things that kind of really sold me on it. Other than the gameplay and the setting itself, just hearing from the devs and hearing how passionate you guys are about it. Is really important for not just me, but I know a lot of people out there. A lot of people, one of the big questions is how much do they actually care about it? Is it just because it's Cyberpunk? And it turns out that I think there's a lot of passion that's going behind it. So I think it's, at least from my side, from what I've seen, it's really cool to see.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
I think thank you so much. Exactly. I was just going to say, I think one of the first things I messaged you with, Cal, it wasn't to pitch the Cyberpunk TCG even. It was, hey, I know you made this video analyzing the archaic Cyberpunk 2020 card game that was published in 2004.
Yep.
I watched it and I was like, hey, what if we can cook with this, right? What if we made a new style game for the modern generation? With all the bells and whistles, with all the learnings we've had in the last 22 years of game design, creative design, art innovation, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, it really felt like going back to the roots when I sent that message to you and going hey, now we're showing you the new model of this, right? The difference between Cyberpunk Red and 2077. They're both, beautiful works of art in their own way, but they're different, it's unique as well. And I'm happy that you saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. And hey, thank you for watching my old video that my old obscure Cyberpunk 2020 video that a TCG that most people never even heard of. Hey, did everyone out there know that there's actually been another Cyberpunk TCG out there that was, from the early 2000s? Most people probably don't even know that. And the fact that you actually watched that video is pretty cool. So thank you.
Yeah. That's one for the history books, guys. This is for the viewers that didn't know that there was a other Cyberpunk TCG published around 2004 called Cyberpunk 2020.
Yep.
And 2020 came by and went, and then maybe half of the things they predicted were kind of true, right?
Yeah, corporations do kind of rule the world, so I don't know, maybe that part, maybe they nailed that part, but yeah.
Exactly. Um, yeah. So Nick, anything on your side that you were excited about? I know both of us really did want to join because to your point, Kel, like we just watch your videos, guys. Like we play card games as well outside of just play testing the Cyberpunk TCG. Maybe most of my days are in the dungeon play testing with Nick, but some of my daylight time I'm playing other TCGs too. So I love your stuff, both of you from Grand Archive and the great things you do there with the Weebs of the Shore. And it just really inspired me to reach out and form this partnership because I know the quality and the content and the mindfulness you put into your work. And it's refreshing, right? Like even just listening to you guys talk for the last couple, like hour or so about the TCG and your perspectives. It really does put into the forefront that in totality there's like 60 years of collective TCG experience between you guys, right? So
Yeah.
it's cool. It's almost like a little TED talk in a sense about our game. Yeah.
Yeah, we had the realization when we recorded the episode 0 that Kel posted today.
Yeah.
Like the when I heard that number, that was like a very visceral reaction. Like, oh no, like this is
Hey,
this is we're collectively an old man, a TCG old man.
Started in 1994 with or 1995 with 4th edition Magic. That's when I started playing TCGs. So it's been a little while.
We're a very young elf.
Oh,
Sure.
true,
Yeah, we
true. Or
appreciate
like
y'all.
just becoming an adult as a hobbit. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just wait until we get Arasaka to work on the relic for us.
Oh yeah. Put our
That's what this Kickstarter has always been for. Yeah.
So I don't know if Dan knows what that means, actually.
It's okay. I'll figure it out. So we talked about this a little bit in the episode. This will be kind of fun news for people.
Yeah.
But, so Kel is like a diehard Cyberpunk fan, and I'm a new Cyberpunk fan. So I actually did not really follow the franchise much or really look at it much prior to Lohan reaching out to me about the game. But I just like to protect my own street cred here, if you will. As soon as I kind of talked to the team and decided, I think there's something special here, I dove in and started to become a fan. So I've started playing 2077, and I watched through all of Edge Runners. And I'm not hosting a 2077 or 20 a red or campaign or whatever, not a tabletop RPG campaign or anything, but I'm learning, but I'm not very far in 2077 due to like time and stuff. So
Okay,
I don't get all the
quick.
references.
You have the
What life path did you
perspective.
pick? We got to know what life path you went with.
I went with Street Kid.
There we go. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played through the game many times, but I Street Cred first, then Corpo, then Nomad. I wanted to see the Corpo side just to see how it differed for the intro from Street Kid, but Street Kid's the way to go for sure.
I mean, it felt when I was picking it, it felt the most like it felt like the one, it was like the one that like kind of things were going to be really. If I was going to relate to everybody, it felt like it was going to be the most common one that people picked. Is a way to put it, I guess.
Whenever you get to the Phantom Liberty DLC, like months from now, Dan, we have another discussion on who you went with that one. It's also very important.
Yes, very much
Yep,
so. Yeah,
very important.
Phantom Liberty is my favorite part of the IP. Actually,
It's so good.
I'm jonesing to try and see how that fits into our game. But there's a lot of cool areas of the IP that we're talking about. But that of course that's my personal favorite part of it.
It's so good.
What are you
So
talking about, Nick? Didn't you just test that Idris Elba card on me 3 days ago?
We have Idris Elba on speed dial, gentlemen.
Oh no.
that's crazy.
Yeah, we're incredibly passionate about, you know, the Cyberpunk IP here. Of course, we're trying to make a game that inhabits this world that, you know, it's Cyberpunk as a genre has existed for a long time. But the Cyberpunk 2077 world is one of the best examples that I can think of a updating of a genre to fit a mass market being the key thing here with, you know, of course, 2077 uh, being where it's at now, one of the best-selling games of all time. Edge Runners, of course, pushing it really into the mainstream, and now we're getting the opportunity to make a card game within that world. You know, the response on Kickstarter, the response from you guys' content. I've been a fan of you guys for a long time. You know, Kel, been watching you for a while. Main Deck Dan, been watching you for years. I'm really thankful that we have people like you guys covering our game. Not only that, you know, once we get large OP started, one of the things that I'm working on, of course, we're really excited to see just the whole community come together to celebrate this really amazing IP and amazing game.
Yeah.
So that
Oh, go
that
ahead, go ahead, Dan.
oh, sorry, go ahead, Gal.
No, I was gonna ask about
Okay.
IP, but OP, but you might be doing that as well. So go ahead first.
I think we'll get into that because I wanted to. I don't think it was done yet, but just for the audience, could you two give some just brief introductions of your place in the company so that everyone can kind of know where you come at things from?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Nick.
on. Go ahead,
Oh,
go ahead. On. You're the
sure,
best.
sure,
Do
sure.
it.
I'll
Do it.
go. I'll go. I'll go. Nice to meet everybody here. My name's On. Go by Weirdco On. I do a lot of the partnerships here in the company. So this means partnerships with creators, partnerships with other brands, publishers, et cetera, et cetera. If it's somebody that you need to talk to, I'm probably the guy. So you'll see me around a lot, and I organize and architect a lot of our community and partner growth endeavors. So making sure that the Discord goes from 1,000 people to 60,000, all the way to making sure that I can work with you guys as strong partners, and also the growing channels that just want to start Cyberpunk TCG content for the first time as well. So it's a big challenge and honestly a responsibility. But it's also just been so rewarding and fun getting to meet everybody that I genuinely just watch in my free time. But that's it on my side. Yeah. On to you, Nick.
All right, before I get started, in both streams, friends, if you could please go ahead and spam hashtag on as the goat, I would really appreciate that. If you guys could go ahead and do that for me.
Yo, let's go. Spam it.
That being said, hi everybody. My name is Nick Frazier. I'm the OP and events manager here at WeirdCo. One of the things that I specialize in is designing our organized play structure, but I also work a lot with, of course, the event appearances that we advertised on our launch live stream. So we were at PAX East this year. We've publicly announced that we're going to be at Gen Con later this year. We're going to be at Anime Expo. We're going to be at Essence Spiel. I'm doing a lot of work to make sure that we are present, and our booth is presenting the game in the right way. And I also work with your local game stores. So if your local game stores have reached out to us, they may have spoken to me. I wear a lot of hats in that regard. I'm very much so coming from the background of, you know, OP and game stores are the lifeblood of what we do. We say that a lot. The game store is the lifeblood. Our players are the lifeblood of everything the Cyberpunk TCG is, and that's really one of the things that I own here at the company, is trying to make sure that we are getting the game in front of as many people as possible, and as many people as possible are playing it.
Fantastic. I actually have just a general question about organized play, because I was talking to a friend the other night, and he was actually just curious about the Cyberpunk TCG in general. And I kind of went on a big spiel, and he was not mostly, but he really wanted to know about organized play. So just as a general overall thing for someone like the audience who might not know about the plans for OP, what is the general plan for Cyberpunk organized play?
Yeah, for sure. So That's a great question. We have publicly announced our LGS structure as well as our competition level structure. So at the LGS, you'll be able to participate in what's called the Night City Gauntlet. The Night City Gauntlet is effectively a we want it to be an accessible structure where players can start from zero at their first pre-release event and move up the ladder, as it were, in Night City to try and get to the Night City Showdown, where they can win exclusive prizes. Of course, that starts with the pre-release. It continues into the Night City Brawl, which is what we're calling our weekly play, and then of course the Night City Showdown being kind of the capper event of the season. From there, when we move into the competition level events, we have what we like to call the Edge Runner Regional Open, which is our large open competitive events. We will have Night City District Opens, which are store run organized play events that will provide invitations to our invitational events. And then, of course, the events that both of those feed into together are going to be the Black Sapphire Invitationals, which are your national equivalents, effectively. And of course, it can't be, an OP structure without any without a world championship. So we are planning, of course, to have the Cyberpunk World Championship, and we're bringing a lot of kind of our goal with organized play in general at every level is how can we give people an experience that they won't forget at any level of participation. We want to have people involved with our game that just love cyberpunk. We want collectors. We want to be there for people who are big in our Discord community who might not necessarily play the game a whole lot. We would love to reward cosplayers down the line at our big shows. We really want to give people as many valid experiences as they can interacting with our game, interacting with the IP, and working alongside CDPR with this game. We're throwing around a lot of ideas, and there's just a bunch of really cool stuff that's going on with how we want players to engage with organized play that isn't just playing the card game. Of course, the tournaments at its core, those are the main event of OP, but it's also about getting people together. The North Star is getting as many people playing and talking about our game as possible. So far, so good, I think. There's a lot that we're still talking about and ironing out, but generally speaking, we want our events to be accessible, familiar, while also being innovative at the same time, giving you something you don't expect.
Yeah,
I will add that as of now, there's over 3,500 game stores that have signed up for our retail program. And that's something that we can say, Nick, confirmed by the boss man. So
Understood.
super
Yeah.
exciting things around the world. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I approve all of their applications. There's quite a few. There's quite a few of them, and we're very fortunate to have that many. We're very fortunate to have that many stores involved. We can't do this without stores, and that's one of the reasons we're pushing so heavily for getting your game store involved. For anybody watching, please feel free to send your LGS our way. Feel free to send them to our discords, to our community email. Please have them reach out to us. We will be more than happy to get them in. They can get some goodies if they sign up for OP and they make a purchase order through distribution. At this point, they have until May 1st to do that, to get some special goodies. So make sure that if your LGS is not yet signed up, please make sure that they do that as soon as possible. We want them in the game. We want them running OP. We want them to carry it. We want them to carry our product so that you guys can then have access to product at your local game store.
Okay,
So
so
Nick, I
oh,
have a couple of questions in my chat here that I hopefully are pretty quick for you. And then Kel, sorry, Kel. Um, the one question asking about from the Budget Archive asking about New Zealand. Do you have boots on the ground there at all, trying to get some stores going?
I actually not too long ago, I had a webinar with our Oceania distribution partner, and there were several dozen stores in New Zealand that were in that webinar. So we have actually been speaking directly to stores in New Zealand, and I can confirm a non-zero number of stores have signed up. Like we are seeing a lot of support from that region of the world, and I'm personally very invested in making sure that as many stores in Australia, New Zealand, Oceania in general, we want that region to be heavily involved in our game. who knows what could happen in the long term, but in the short term, if you have a game store in New Zealand and you want them to back our game, please let them know we do have distribution partners there. We'll ship your Kickstarter product there if you back. We want to make sure that you guys are just as involved with our game as anybody. I'm in Atlanta. As anybody, as any game store in Atlanta is involved with our game, or anywhere else in North America, anywhere else in Europe, we want to have every store in Australia and New Zealand as well just as involved in our game.
Awesome.
And
Go ahead.
South America as well. Latin America
Hmm.
being a big focus for us too. I think there was a question about that earlier.
Yep.
There was, yeah.
But yeah, we definitely have a huge player base and a huge just fan base for Cyberpunk and TCGs in general in South America, and we will not disappoint them. Yeah.
Yeah, I do want to be clear. Our game is worldwide. We have distribution partners in nearly every region of the world. Not all of them, but nearly. More than likely, if you are wondering if we will have a presence in your area, please reach out to us and let us know. Let us know where you're at. Let us know what you're trying to do. We err on the side of making sure that if there's a game store that you're around that runs organized play, that being the key part, that runs organized play and is willing to build something cool with us, we want to do what we can to get them involved. So please reach out. Like it's all about making sure that we're talking to each other. The community is talking to each other. So that goes for anybody anywhere. We want to hear from you. If you like the Cyberpunk TCG, if you want in on it, let us know. Let's see what we can do.
My question was just looking out for my South American bros. So you already nailed it. So
Nailed it.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask the same thing,
Great,
but for
great.
South America. Yeah.
Well, were there any game stores in Antarctica that we need to carry and worry about?
Dude, it's an untapped market. I'm heading down there to open up a branch.
For sure.
Yeah, we'll
I'll
with
come
some
with you.
polar bears.
Let's do it.
So I have a small question related to this that I'm not sure falls under what you guys are doing, but it does have to do with just globalization. And like I said, I have a feeling you might not be able to answer this, but are there any plans for language localization for these regions? Yeah.
We have French already, right?
Yes, French is publicly announced.
Yeah, so I guess my question would be like for South America or like Japan or any of these other regions.
TBD, yes. We're planning to localize in many languages, but trying to make sure that we dispense our efforts and resources efficiently and appropriately, while also sizing up the right markets to support as well. For example, some player bases, some countries actually prefer the English written cards and text. So we don't necessarily need to localize there, because then people might not actually want those cards at that time. So making sure that we do the right analyses and come to market right is my answer there. So yes, TBD on what the other languages besides French are going to be.
Okay,
Good work in progress there.
Can I get you on the record confirming Klingon?
Oh, you know it. Yeah. I mean, that's basically what every errata is going to be, right? Klingon.
This card has been errated to be in a made-up language.
Cool.
Naturally.
Cool. All right. Do you have any other questions, Dan?
My chat just wants to talk about eating game components. That's like been the main thing that they've been talking about for a while
the
now.
dice.
Don't eat the
small
dice.
guys.
Our dice
tasty.
are tasty, all right.
Oh,
They're quite
tasty.
crunchy.
We talked about that.
They're crunchy.
On never shares, and it's so rude. It's fine. It's fine.
I was trying to see if I had it around here. I just recently for a video bit ate a card as well inside of a KFC sandwich. So I was trying to see if I had it. But yeah, I'm a known component eater, so I guess it's a good game for me.
All right, I look forward to the future main deck Cyberpunk card reveal where you eat some dice.
Dude,
yeah.
Bowl of
how
dice.
upset do you think chat would be if I just tore up like one of these cards right now? If I just like went at it.
Considering they were pretty upset that you just played with them with no sleeves, I would say exponentially so, especially if it's like a really nice card like your foil Saburo.
Some people just want to watch the world burn, and I respect that too. I think that's a very rocker boy.
No.
Do what you want with your cards is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, they're your cards.
Okay, I'm pranking you guys though because this was actually a Grand Archive card.
That's funny.
Crazy.
These were our first proxies when we were trying the game out before the alpha kits were sent.
Nice. Well,
Oh, I see that.
They got me for a second.
I had to get chat though. Chat's been so on me about this, and yeah, I'm here for it.
Scytham says cards are just so yummy. Hey, they're high in fiber. Help you with digestion. Yeah, go for it.
They're thick as well. Exactly. More fiber. You're right.
Oh my god, I love this.
We're gonna
This
we're gonna
chat's
have
so
to
fun.
have a very extensive part in our tournament manual about what happens if your opponent tries to eat your dice, and that's not
Yeah.
even a joke.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there should be like policies with your opponent like messing with your stuff. I suppose eating dice
Oh, yeah,
is
of
a
course.
is a funny one in particular. I look forward to reading that section.
Hey, look, it falls under, what happens if dice are manipulated unintentionally, or I guess in that instance it would be intentional. We have to think about these things, right?
Oh.
It's just part of running a competitive card game.
That actually made me think of something. So this is organized play related. In terms of dice, this just came up. What kind of dice are going to be allowed for use in organized play? Do they have to be like official Cyberpunk TCG dice, or can you use just like whatever dice you got?
As of right now, the MO with the game is and this is not just in organized play, but in everything. The goal of the game is to allow players to have any kind of polyhedral dice set that they use. In particular, we want people to be using randomized dice. We're not particularly keen on anything that would affect randomization. We want proper d20s. We want proper d6s. One of the things that we're talking about long term is how do we consider that from a competitive lens? What I feel comfortable saying now is that in other TCGs, when you do a deck check, for us, because dice are a core component of our game, we will also have to check dice whenever we do a deck check. So
Okay.
it's just part of competitive integrity that every time we're checking a player for anything, we also check dice. That's kind of the the repeated motion that we're trying to build in, the muscle memory that we're trying to build in when we're talking about our game from a competitive perspective, is everything that happens with the cards has to happen with the dice, because it's so important when it comes to making sure that competitive integrity is upheld with random chance elements like that. And our game is uniquely positioned to where there are, these dice are constantly in play, they're constantly vied over, they're moved around a lot. We'll, of course, have a lot more specifics about that once we release our TR later. Every card game needs a tournament regulations document, a tournament rules document. We, of course, are no different. We will be releasing that at some point, of course, as one would expect by the time the game is out. And once we do that, everybody will get a chance to review what our solves are for handling the randomness of dice, how they can influence a tournament, how they can influence two people playing, what happens when they get bumped, that type of thing. We're acutely aware of it. It's very important that we be on top of it early and often, and I can confirm that we are.
All right, sweet. Yeah, it's kind of
great. I have a go ahead.
No,
Finish
no,
up,
go.
Kel. I have another question about tournament regulations. Actually, something that's come up in chat when I've been talking to other people about this game, especially locally. So a question people have is about your legends, and sort of the way that in a tournament will be proper to call them at random, especially given that we have cards that can, for example, know what one of them is. I mean, obviously, I think the assumption is that once you know what one is, it's taken out of the pool of a random flip, because it's really supposed to be like, I just choose this one. But because of like the potential to manipulate this or something in some way, I think some people want to roll dice, but then it's like, okay, so is it, I've just been doing, okay, I know this one, so I'm going to randomly flip one of these two because I don't want to flip this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Is it going to be like a way in the regulation that you're going to encourage people to do this, or have you thought about this any? I mean, normally you guys think more deeply about things than I do. So, do you want to just like talk about that?
Yeah, it's a tricky part, right? Because we're at the point where the game is by no means out yet. The only gameplay experience that anybody has had is, of course, the alpha kits, and all of the contents of the alpha kits are, card text and everything is subject to change. They're a demo experience, and that
Mhm.
includes, that includes the rules and the way that the game is taught and everything like that.
Sure.
When it comes to handling randomized legends, we want to make sure that we're specific on how we're handling that in a tournament perspective, because there is kind of a threshold where we go from local regular play, you're rolling dice and you're flipping legends just based on doing that. I don't want to. I feel like I would be doing the work we're doing with our game design team. I wouldn't be doing it service if I provided an answer to that today,
Yeah.
because we keep stress testing. We're in the phase with the game where we're stress testing, right? Where we're really trying to find the exact answers that feel the best and work the best for a game that is so uniquely challenged by the idea of you have three effective leaders, as they're called in other games, three legends in our game that start face down. That's something that only our game deals with. The dice, that's something only our game deals with. We're stress testing that hours and hours and hours of our days, sometimes just thinking about it. The game design team is constantly going off about, like, what elements do we need to look at more, and this is while we're planning, of course, for years out for our game. We're still making sure that the core of it's right. And if I were to give you a direct answer about that today, I don't want that to be something that I don't want that to be something that we say we find a better answer for. We want to make sure the answer that we reveal to the public when we're able to and when we're ready to is the right one. So that's, it's I wish I could be more exact with that. It's definitely something we're thinking about 100%, but not something that I think we're able to talk on fully in detail before we release any kind of tournament document.
Yeah, absolutely. I've learned from doing this for long enough that the people want me to ask you the hard questions, even if you have to give the soft answer. So no
Of
problem at
course.
all. I had to ask.
Of course. I appreciate you for that. Yeah. And we we're really at the point with the game where we love it so much, and we want to make sure that everything is right when we talk about it, when we
Yep.
reveal things, when we make decisions. Because something that we've seen throughout the industry, not naming any game in particular, because many games have done this. uh, what we've seen throughout the industry is that many games are challenged by their decision to commit to things very early.
Mm,
And when you commit to something early, like there's of course big things that we're doing that we have committed to, like, of course, the Kickstarter being the core idea of what makes the Cyberpunk TCG stand out, how we're working with distribution, how we're working with stores, how we're directly communicating. On and I being on this live stream, like, that is all us breaking the mold, as it were, and we're more than happy to commit to that. But what we don't want to do is we don't want to do what other games, at least that I've noticed, what they try to do is they try to reinvent the wheel in ways that harm them. So instead of, like, they try to change, like, tournament math rules, or they try to change, like, draws versus double losses versus XYZ. They try to have errata policies. They try to do things like that, like, just general ideas in the TCG space. Nothing that we're specifically talking about in relation to the Cyberpunk TCG, but things that happen in the industry as at large. What we want to do is we want to avoid situations where we handicap ourselves and handcuff ourselves to decisions that in the future may not actually work for the community at large, may not be the best player experience. Because ultimately, we're about making sure that the game is accessible and making sure that the game is fun for everybody who tries it, while also having a lot of competitive integrity. And that takes a long time to make sure that it's right. We're going to be fine tuning that right up, and really, as far as tournament rules go, right up until the game is in your hands. And that's a good thing. That's something that we take pride in. We take pride in making sure that this game is ready to go for the long haul when it comes to competitive rules, competitive enforcement, how different things are handled, the decisions we're making that impact organized play and impact tournament gameplay, from zero all the way to the world championship. All of that deserves our due diligence, and we appreciate all of y'all's patience as we make those decisions, because it's a labor of love, and we want to make sure that it's the right experience for all of you.
Excellent. So I have another question, and I'm just gonna ask it. Are there any plans for coverage for any of the premier level events outside of locals and stuff? Is there going to be casting coverage, streaming, all that kind of stuff? I feel like it. I mean, I'm a little biased as a shoutcaster myself, but even outside of that, I think it's really important for a lot of TCGs to have, and a lot of the games that I like and support kind of just don't. So, very curious on that.
For sure. Definitely
For sure.
something that we want to make a big priority on. I think you have some thoughts on this as well, but for me, the visibility on our game is super important. We want to make sure that when our game is running something big and cool, we have people that can pay attention to it that are not necessarily at the show itself. They're not at the event itself. I mean, folks in the Lorcana community have already noticed that we work. We hired Kree Gunning, we hired Kawa. Like that is all very intentional. We are a team that is dedicated to making sure that Cyberpunk is an experience for all, and that includes making sure that our big events are visible to everybody, even the people that don't attend. By all means, please add anything that you'd like.
No, and that's a perfect way to put it. And it's just making sure that we're able to like tie all of these different communities and games, TCGs together, right? So if we were making and we were launching a new card game, it would be almost regretful to not be able to tap into a lot of the communities of card games that we've developed upon, or we've learned from, or we have overlapping mechanics with, or affinities with, and then being able to say like, okay, well, now that I have folks that love Cyberpunk and are curious from Lorcana, but then also Star Wars Unlimited, and then also One Piece, what does that mean to have this focal point? And what does that mean to have it as a community running LGSs up to organized play for Nick, but also for creators as well, right? What does that look like in terms of getting extremely qualified Grand Archive shoutcasters like yourself, tying them in and seating them down with really great Riftbound and Star Wars Unlimited casters as well. Really expanding this entire creator ecosystem to really make a difference and to make something new that's something I'm super excited about. And you know what? Like even segueing into that, for this stream, once the VOD's up, we're actually going to be working with Josh Snyder, one of the bigger Star Wars Unlimited Riftbound casters, to cast over one of your games and to upload it on his channel. So it's something that we're starting to think about immediately, and we're excited to take that digitally, physically, into the net sphere, wherever, right? It's dedication to the fans and commitment to the creators that help push this energy forward as well. Yeah.
I'm really excited about that too, because from coming from the Star Wars Limited space, I've seen what Josh has done. I've seen his work. I've seen what he's put into the state of like casting within the SWU community as well. There's a lot that guy's done. So it's really exciting to see you making those connections as well with other serious people in the industry. So yeah, I agree with Kel. I'm very, very excited to see what the potential is, and what the future is going to look like for all that, because we talk about this a lot in this first episode of Card Runners that I hope you all tune in for.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of what pushed me as someone who wasn't a Cyberpunk fan to get into this was just getting to meet the team and talk to the team and like talk to Lohan for a while, talk to Richard for a while, and really get a feel for the philosophies, the ethos, the guiding lights for the company. And I just thought, wow, like I like what's happening here, and I know I want to be a part of this right now, to the point where I'm gonna go make my wife watch a show that is kind of depressing. To be fair, I didn't make her, but
episodes. Only in the last 2 episodes.
She was a trooper after the first few episodes, pushed through for the rest of it, because it was good, but man, it was like rough.
Spoilers for anything Cyberpunk related.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Yeah, right.
There's never a happy ending for anything in Cyberpunk.
Right.
Just a heads up. so you know what you're getting into. Yeah, I agree with everything that Dan said. I don't need to reiterate it, but I do think coverage and live coverage is extremely important for a lot of different reasons. You guys kind of all hit the nail on the head. It's something that I'm fairly passionate about since I've shoutcasted everything from like Flesh and Blood Pro Tour to Shadowverse Worlds to Grand Archive Worlds, and even if I'm not a part of it, I still like watching the casting for games that I'm into. So I really it's something that I'm particularly passionate about. So it's fantastic to hear that you're kind of coming out of the gates with that all in mind. It's exactly what Dan said. It feels like you guys really have everything lined up very, very well. So yeah, kudos to that.
It's just because we're fans. It's because we care. It's because we would be disappointed in ourselves if we made a game that we wouldn't want to play, much less you guys wouldn't want to play, right? So taking that ethos and pushing it forward along with just making sure that if we're doing it nowadays in 2026, we come with our best foot forward, and we also make sure that we can say this is a game that stands alongside its community, where we all have a voice and we can all make something great together. That's kind of what all of us here are about. I think from the top down, like the company's kind of business ethos is it's all about the human connection, and you really see that in every single person in Weirdco. It really is all about the human connection. I think Nick, we literally hired Nick because one of us drove all the way down to the game store, met him, and found out that he was just a wonderful human being. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's a fun story. I was running a big tournament for another game, and while I'm doing that, one of the team members, one of the game designers, actually came to the store I was working at and just spoke with me directly. Told me to reach out to our president. I did, and 1, 2, 3 steps later, I find myself working doing OP, and here we are. I'm very passionate about the IP. I'm passionate about organized play, and I think one of the things that makes Weirdco stand out is each of the folks that we hire, each of the folks that are on the team, they are unbelievably motivated to prove that this game belongs in the grand scheme of the TCG industry. They're more than motivated to make sure that their role in the company is executed to the best of their abilities, and I think that that really helps us because we have a fairly small, tight knit team comparatively to other big games. We are just so focused on moving forward together as a unit to make sure that Cyberpunk is the best game it can be, and that means that there's a lot of trust that's invested. One of the core elements of our company is we presume trust in each other because we know that we're all going to bring our very best, and that's one of the things that I think helps us really stand out against the mold of the TCG industry, and hopefully it also comes across in the Cyberpunk TCG itself.
Yeah, like I said, that's been something that I was able to tell pretty quickly, and definitely like solidified at Gamma this year as well. Getting to just meet even more of the team and everything. So I can't wait. I think one thing I want to throw out there is that it looks like some of the communities also can't wait to maybe see one more game here before we close things out. So I don't want to shoo you guys off, but it might be nice also to give Josh one more game to be able to work with the cast.
Sure, yeah.
That isn't just maybe one that isn't
Let's
determined
do
by
it.
a 4 drop or a 4 or 6 drop or what, a 6 drop coming down, just winning the game.
Not gonna
So
lie,
maybe we
I do
should-
hope I draw Minotaur early, so we'll see. We'll see.
No.
Get him with the mech. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming on and chatting with us about everything. As Dan said, it's great to just see the passion from the dev side, come through. And I mentioned it earlier in the stream, but it's one of the things that really sold me on the game initially. I'm a huge fan of Cyberpunk since the 90s, but what sold me on this game specifically was the passion that kind of just poured through the devs and every time I chat with y'all. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, it's our pleasure, guys. Well, we'll see you on the podcast Card Runners at some point.
Yeah.
The team was so excited to hear the announcement of that this morning, by the way. Also, for the stream out there, this wasn't set up. We found out this morning as well when they posted the video.
Yeah, we had no
And we're
idea.
also stoked. Yeah.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
we kept it pretty under wraps and we were like, we got to get this out before the Kickstarter ends, but I was like, but I want it to look so nice. I need all this stuff done first. So we're barely squeaking in there.
We appreciate you guys. Thank you. I'm really excited to listen. Full transparency, Dan, I already listened to both of your other podcasts, so I'm very excited to add this one as well.
Let's go. Love it.
Yeah. And maybe last thing on my side, I'll say after the Kickstarter closes, I will be working really closely with the marketing team, Cree's side, some of the content writers as well, to flush out a community ambassador / content creator program, just to make sure that, besides experiences like this, we can really make something world class for creators and our community as well. Both sides of the same coin. Yeah.
I love that. Love to hear that.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
Ooh, all right. Well, good luck in
Yeah.
your game.
Thank you.
Let's see. So the sports betting app will say that looks like Cal's gonna win 60%.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Mhm. See you, y'all. Peace
Thanks,
out.
guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it.
See ya.
All right, Mr. Dan, let's go hop. I could probably use this call, or we can go back to our old. Let's go back to the old call.
We can stay in this call.
Okay,
Well, actually, I don't think there's a reason to switch.
I might
I'm
have.
right. Like, I just. Oh, do you have to?
I might have to swap. It'll take me a minute.
Oh,
I might have to swap all the screens again.
oh. See, I'm already ready to go. I got every chat can see. We're good to go here.
Yeah,
But yeah, do what you got to do. We'll fix it.
Because I was pulling from a pop out rather than directly. So here, I'm gonna
Gotcha.
go. I mean, no, let me try to pop this out. It might just work. Let me see. It also might not just work, but I'll find out. I'm
Might
not
break everything.
I'm not like the most versed in OBS, but let's give it a shot. Let's see. We'll change this to. All right, this might work. This might work. Nope, not that one. Okay, I think I got it. I'm gonna get Lucy out of here. There we go. We're back. All right. Okay.
Hi, Lucy.
I just pulled up an image. Well, so there wasn't just a black screen here. Okay, so let's randomize our legends and do one final game here. Oh, we have a
Shuffle my deck quick.
a late question. If Ann is still around, Vonscroft says, ask On if we get physical Weirdco cards and if we can get Donnie theme, please. Yes, that I'm asking on that in my chat. So,
Cautious Videos is new to the stream. Yep. Do not have sleeves.
Oh yeah, yeah. Dan is a heathen. He's the true punk ethos here.
That's right.
Devil may care. Let's just go.
You know what? My nails are like a little long right now too. So like I'm
Oh,
definitely
no.
like digging in a little as I pick them up.
No, just denting them like you're poking them, like tapping at them. Oh, brutal.
Cards are for playing with.
All right, cards are for playing with, but I like keeping my cards nice and they shuffle pretty well using my Dragon Shield sleeves. Look at these dual mats. Sponsored. They are.
Use discount code Red Zone Rogue.
It's actually Rogue
Red
5.
Zone 5?
It's Rogue 5.
5.
Yeah. It's actually, Dragon Shield has been a long time sponsor of me for almost, I want to say maybe half so this is my 10-year anniversary on YouTube. This is 10 years of Red Zone Rogue. I think Dragon Shield has been a sponsor for close to half the time. And they've always been super chill. So I'm actually glad that Cyberpunk TCG is working with Dragon Shield for the sleeves. So yeah.
Hey, but I also have a Dragon Shield affiliate code.
Oh, do you?
So they have to.
Okay,
they have to choose who they like more. Main deck or Rogue 5, your choice. Either way, we win.
That's true. That is very true. All right, I'm gonna draw a hand, and we'll get started. Let's see.
All right. Would you like to go first or second, Kel?
Well, since I went first the previous 2 games, let's just go. I'll go second this time.
Okay, sounds good. So I will spend 2 of my legends. Okay.
I think I'm actually going to mulligan. I usually don't if it's an okay, but this is literally all eddies and nothing to play. So we're gonna shuffle this back.
I think it is required that I keep this hand.
This man doesn't know Donnie. I hear Donnie and I think Donnie Darko. Like I can't think of anything else. I don't know why.
Kel's a busy guy and doesn't get all the Discord memes beamed into his brain. So you guys have to enlighten him. Unfortunately.
Okay. So here's the thing.
I catch a little bit, but
yeah, I'm part of so many Discords and communities and stuff that I really only frequent my own Discord unless someone pings me specifically. So we have the Rogues Gallery community Discord that's pretty active, and that's really the only. I'll be honest, that's really the only one I check unless I get pinged specifically. So that's
all right. So now you guys know Red Zone Rogue is in the Cyberpunk official Discord.
I am.
So
yeah.
You need to ping him
Don't
all
do
of
that.
your memes. He asked for you to do that.
We actually just added a meme channel in the Rogues Gallery community Discord, so you can go post memes there too. All right. Well, I don't have any other I don't have any option to keep or not keep, but this is a pretty good one. So I will ready to play.
Vanzercroft, they actually just dropped me because I have not actually used Heavy Play in a while, so it was expected. So that's why Heavy Play is used. You're not getting anything from that link, unfortunately. I'm working on some new affiliates of things I actually use. So, okay, you said ready to go?
Yes.
All right. I will draw. I will roll. I like kind of building up. I'll start with the D4 again.
Yep. Okay.
I'm going to sell a Reboot Optics.
Okay.
And then I will spend 2 for an Evelyn Parker.
Okay.
So she is, whenever you steal 1 or more friendly gigs while she's spent, I get to draw a card.
Yeah, okay. It's an interesting card. Okay, so my turn. I will draw. I will roll a gig.
Happy birthday, Militech Gonk.
Nice. Good name too.
Yeah.
Okay, I rolled a nice one. I rolled a 10 on there.
Budget Archive, you should be able to find the link to the Discord on the just Cyberpunk TCG website, cyberpunktcg.com, I think.
I am gonna sell Industrial Assembly for Eddies, and then I'm just gonna jam out Goro Takamura. Now this is a card that
you hate him.
I don't hate him. I don't think he's like that much better than the 7 powers. So I'll read what he does. You can see why. So he's a 4-drop. He only has 5 power. And it says this unit has +1 power only during my turn for each face-up legend in my legends area. So the max he can be is 8. But that's only on my turn and only if I have all 3 of my legends face up. And the generic plain cost is 4 for 7. That's 7 all the time. So he's situationally good only if you have all of your legends face up and it's also on your turn. So I'm not super high on this card. But
sounds insane to me.
He is something that I can have out now. So I like Takamura as a character though. He's actually one of my favorite characters in 2077. But go ahead, Dan. I'm done.
Oh, I want to draw something sellable.
I was gonna say stuff, but it's spoilers for Dan. But
don't spoil.
I always look out for my homie Takamura.
I did not get a sellable card. Okay, I do have one. I just didn't want to sell it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Well, it was gonna be it's like it would have been a more optimal line this turn, I think. Sell Kuroshi Optics.
Jacob says, I just learned about the custom sleeves from Dragon Shield. Got a Afterlife art with David and V to use going to be super preem. Yeah, dude, sounds really sweet.
Okay. I don't think I want to play that yet. I think I think I want to call a legend.
Ooh, okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't BV, don't BV, don't BV. Jackie. We'll take
Oh,
Jackie.
that's a good one. Okay.
We'll take Jackie. He's not going to do anything this turn, unfortunately. 3. We'll go with the old T-Bug.
Okay.
And I mean, sure, Evelyn's gonna crash in here and take that die from you.
All right, you got the 10. No, my die.
It's sorry, the 10 was on 10.
It was on a 10. Yep. Good roll.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
the second time you've done that.
Just lucky. Just lucky.
Go for it.
Except for when I roll a bunch of ones. All right, so I'm gonna draw first. Gain a gig. We're gonna roll the 12 here. That's a well. Yeah, there you go. I got a 10 on the other one. Now I got a 3. 3 on this one. So
Nice. I have to deny
always.
you your street cred. I like when you get enough street cred, you just pop off and draw infinite cards, and I can't let that happen.
Do really like drawing cards, like a lot. Okay, so I'm going to sell Mantis Blades, even though I like this card, but you got to sell something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am going to go 2 and play Satori on Goro, on Mr. Takamura here. Then I'm going to go 2 and play Corpo Security, which is just a 2-power blocker that can't attack. And if you weren't watching the first couple of games or those 2 games, Satori is a nice equipment that, or it's a weapon gear specifically that on attack, if I win the fight against a rival unit, I get to draw a card. It's really, really good, and it gives an additional +1 power here. So Takamura is going to have 6 total power. And I have an interesting situation here. With my Corpo Security out, I think I'm okay with leaving Takamura a little bit vulnerable. So I'm going to have him attack into your Evelyn Parker because I really don't want to steal stuff while she is out
No,
there.
give me a card. Come on. All right.
No, I would like the card. So I'm going to win a fight against a rival unit. I'll draw a card. And I will pass a turn. Go ahead.
Thank you guys for the kind words. And Daryl, if you're taking off, thank you for tuning in tonight. I guess I keep readying everything first. I gotta do things in the right order. Draw a card. Okay,
Yep.
I got a sellable card.
In all my play testing, one of the things that I really try to drill into my head was the order of operations. It's always draw, gig, then you ready all your stuff. I'm right. So used to playing all the games where it's like, yeah, you're ready, untap everything, and then you draw, and I'm like, nope.
Oof. Okay. So this could go really well if I see a particular card. So we just obviously, oh, wait. Again, this is the choice of, I could try and find Victor.
Oh, so that means you're trying to dig for like a gear then.
Well, no, then I don't get to play something this turn though. This is still correct, I think. I'm going to spend 4. I'm going to play Delamain Cab.
Okay.
That is going to trigger Jackie Wells. I'm going to up my 5 to a 6.
Pretty
I will then get to draw a card off of Jackie Wells.
Pretty good.
It's actually not terrible. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to sell Reboot Optics.
Okay.
Then I'm going to play my own Bombus.
Okay, that's kind of annoying.
Yes. And then I will have T-Bug attack you.
Sure. Yeah, you got my
steal a gig.
Yeah, you got it. It's a 3 on the D12.
D12, 3. Nice. All right, go ahead.
Okie dokie. Oh wait, no, I don't. Yeah, we literally just talked about this. Draw first.
Yeah.
Gain a gig. We'll roll the d8 here. It's a 5. Cool. Cool. And then we.
Yeah, cautious.
Ready.
You definitely can do that, unless you're trying to turbo legends, which I haven't. Like, I'll be honest, I haven't totally experimented with in the alpha kit. But like, there aren't a lot of like defensive legends in the alpha kits, so.
It's Goro, but even then, like, I don't know.
You're not like committing the board though, and I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Maybe like it's something that I need to explore a little more as we start to feel the game out.
I'm gonna sell Corpo Surveillance for Eddies, and then I'm going to play Dan's favorite card. And I think the way I have to do this is I have to kill I have to kill your Bombus to do this properly. So yeah, we're gonna go 6, and we're gonna play the Armored Minotaur, which is I think the best card in this deck. On play. Oh wait, I can't. Hold on. JK.
Yeah, you don't have the street cred. You don't have the street cred.
I don't have the street cred. I just realized that.
Let's go.
Oh, that's rough. Well, I still have a good play, but it's not as good of a play. Well, bummer. Now you know that I have that too, which is even more of a bummer.
I'll forget. Trust. I have a bad memory.
I don't believe you, but I'm still gonna get a draw card either way. You're probably just gonna chump your Bombus. Whatever. All right. I'll play emergency. Well, actually, you know what? Let's do this first. I'm gonna go 2 to flip up one of my legends here. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll roll a die this time. I won't force you to choose.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
Now you're gonna get a bad one.
This Takamura. It's not that bad. But it's not good either. It's not what I wanted. Okay.
Yeah, and no impact this turn.
And then I'm just gonna go 4 with the rest of my eddies. And I'll play my own 7 power dude, the Emergency Atlas. Notably not Arasaka, just Corpo vehicle. And then we'll go to combat, and I'm just gonna have Takamura attack into T-Bug, and you can optionally block if you would like.
Going at T-Bug. Yes. I will block that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Keep my board right now, I think.
Okay, that makes sense, and I'll draw a card from Satori.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good draw. Okay. It's your go.
I will draw. I will roll a 1.
Aha.
All right. I will ready my
take that.
Yeah, you got me. Okay. Really want to play this. I'm at 6 though, and how hard can I make your life? You have your street, yeah, your street cred right now is 5, right?
Yep.
So,
in true Corpo fashion, I ain't got a lot of street cred.
That's pretty interesting. This is it's a bit of an interesting situation. 5. Yeah, okay. I think I'm okay doing it this way. Let's go 5 for a flathead.
Okay.
With the flathead, I'll move the D4 up to a 4, and then I will draw a card off of Jackie Wells.
Yep, seems good.
Then I'm going to pay 1. I'm going to give the flathead a mandibular upgrade to give it blocker.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Does the mandibular give any power? It's just blocker, right?
It's just blocker, yeah. So unfortunately, it's just a 5 right now.
5 blocker. Okay, cool.
I will have T-Bug attack you, Kel.
Yeah, that happens.
Okay.
You can take my 5 dice. It's the D 8 5 on a 5.
D8
Yeah,
on a
so
5.
yeah, I don't block that because if I did, then he could just eat my. If I blocked it, he would just kill Goro.
And then I'll have Cab attack Goro for 7.
Yeah, I'll block it with the
Yep.
Corpo Security.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep. Okie doke. So I'm gonna roll d6. That's a 1. Ooh. Yeah, not great on the rolls here. Oh, I need to draw as well. And then all right. Or did I draw? No, did I draw? Did I draw 2? Chat. Did I draw 2 or did I draw 1?
This turn?
Yeah.
Did you draw already? Is what you're asking?
Yeah. I don't think I did, but I might have just completely blanked. I thought I just rolled dice and skipped my draw, but I don't remember.
I was reading chat, trying to catch up on chat while you were doing your turn, so I was trusting you would not cheat just to try and save a little face on our stream.
Yeah, not trying to cheat. Just trying to get the order of operations, and I think I skipped my draw. Let me know. I don't know. It was this card.
You're probably fine.
All right. It doesn't matter. It's a duplicate of something I have in my hand already, but
I'm not worried about it.
Okay. So I am going to. So how many gigs do you have? You have 7?
I have 7.
Yeah. Okay. You do have a blocker, but that is actually okay with what I have in my hand. The real question is how do I want to sequence this? Let's see. I need to steal 2 of your dice. And yeah, we can definitely do that. And your thing is only...
Cautious said you needed to draw, so good job.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought, but I was just like, oh wait, did I actually forget? Or all right, cool. All right, just want to make sure. It is okay. If I sell, I can do all of these. 5, 6. Man, if like I said, if Takamura was just the Atlas, he would be better in the situation. If he was just the 7, I could get him up to 10 easy to get a double steal. That you'd probably block, but then my other dudes would. All right, well, I have to do, at the very baseline, I need to play my Streetwise Hustle. And then I could also just go solo with Takamura as well.
You could.
What gives me
pretty good.
What gives me the best odds? If I go solo with Takamura, I'll get he'll ready himself. So I go 3, 4, 5. I have 1 left. I think I like this play more. So I'm gonna play Swordwise Hustle, and then I'm gonna go 3 and then Sandevistan.
Yeah. Okay.
So
okay. So
this is now an 8 power that can attack.
Yep.
Oh wait, no, it only attacks rested dudes.
Right, but I do have those. So
no,
that's fine. I let one die. Yeah, I just let it die.
Yeah, I have to do.
You have to do Goro.
I have to do Takamura. I have to do Takamura. All right, so in that case, in order to play him, I will use him to pay for himself plus these other 3, and so he'll come out and he'll ready, and so he can attack immediately. That's how going solo works. They can attack immediately. Yeah, I keep forgetting Sandevistan. Even though I made a point of it in one of the games, I was like, it's Rush, not Storm. But yes, it is. It is Rush, not Storm.
If I was dumb and blocked the attack, then it would.
You're not dumb. I have to assume the way I play TCGs is I assume that my opponent is going to make the smart move. You probably shouldn't assume that they're going to make the wrong move, especially if you play against the kind of people I play against. Usually my guests on the channel tend to be like
Other than me.
quite good. Nah, you're good as well. Like for Shadowverse, it's usually like the world champion or whatever. So it's like I gotta assume you're playing right. Okay. So with that said, then, do I need to play anything else? You know I have the Sandevastin in hand. I have to attack with everything. Luckily, all these can eat your dude, so I guess it doesn't matter all that much. So we will attack. It's just such a rough spot, man. I
sure wish that Flathead was a cab, though. Jeez, if that Flathead was a cab, this would be a totally different board for you.
If Takamura was a cab or Atlas, I could actually,
Yeah.
I could steal 2 with him. You just end up blocking him, but still, that means if you block him, I get to draw a card from his attack. So either way, it's good for me. As it is now, I think I don't play anything. Yeah, next turn, I could still I could still sell an Eddy. I could still sell the Sandevastin next turn if I need it. All right, yeah. So I'm just going to go to attacks, and I will start off by attacking your life with Takamura here.
I will allow that.
What is the highest dice you have? It's probably my 10, isn't it?
Your 10. Yep, your 10-sided 10.
I will steal my 10 back. I'm going to attack your life with my emergency Atlas.
That is fine. What would you like to take?
Oh, cool. What's the next highest dice?
The next highest would be my 6-sided 6.
I will take your 6. Okay, well, in that case, you now have 5, right?
Correct.
I'm going to have Takamura attack your T-Bug.
Okay, T-Bug dies.
Cool, T-Bug dies and I get a draw card. All right, it is your go.
Draw. Interesting.
Oh, hey, Korlash, if you're still in chat, he says, "What's up, everyone? How's it going, man? Good to see you in chat."
A6.
Korlash, 1990 is a long-time Rogues Gallery member. He has his own YouTube channel too, if you like sorcery and stuff. He's I think just recently getting into Grand Archive.
Ooh. We love that. Okay. So I 1, 2, 3. I want to call a legend.
Okay, let's see what you got.
I'm going to call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to call V.
Okay.
Okay. Not what I wanted, but that's okay. I think either you have the extra thing or I might as well clear board here. So I'll do that. Okay. I'm going to play a secondhand Bombus.
Yep.
I'm going to play a secondhand Bombus.
Oh, no. Okay. All right.
And then I'm going to have Cab attack Goro unit.
Yep. Goro unit only has 6, so he AM's defeated.
Yes.
How dare you?
And then I will pass the turn.
Okie doke. All right.
Wait. I won't pass the turn. Sorry.
All right.
I'm gonna have you have a Minotaur. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna attack before I pass with the flathead.
All right.
This is what I get directly.
This is what I get for revealing. This is what I get for revealing the Minotaur.
Give me that 10. Give me that 10
Yeah.
back. Okay, now go ahead. That was like critical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like,
all right.
it shows the power of like
Ooh.
potentially information like that in the street cred with the whole street cred mechanic. Like if you know your opponent's aiming for a particular thing, being able to play around that is pretty potent.
Yeah.
I still think you can pull it out, but because you get to roll the d20 now.
No, I don't. I rolled the.
Oh, I
already
went
rolled.
first.
Yep. So I don't get it. In fact, I rolled the max on that, and still didn't.
Okay.
All right.
We'll asterisk the game though. We'll asterisk the game.
Well, I think I still have a decent enough turn
Okay.
here. So you have 6 again, or do you have 7?
I have 7
Ugh.
with 2 blockers.
Ugh. All right. Okay. I think I can still get there, but it's annoying. All right. So, first order of business. Pay 2. Corporate surveillance. Spend a rival unit
We're
with cost
still-
3 or less. I'm
We're
going
still reading
to
chat, guys.
I'm going to tap one of your dudes. Notably, they cannot block if they are spent. So
It is
that
spent, yes.
that got rid of one of those for now. I think I might still be screwed, actually. Because I play this. No. No, I am still screwed. Yeah.
You don't have a second corporate surveillance?
Nope. I do not. And I can't,
Yeah,
I don't have enough street cred. I literally am 1 away from the Minotaur. So I think, assuming you block intelligently, I think I am done for. But let me just...
Yeah, you're saying you could put the Sandy on something and then
you
just hope I don't block it.
Yeah, you just block it. And I don't have enough to like play something and play the Sandevistan on something.
If you had 2 Mantis Blades and flipped Satoru or Saburo, flip Saburo, play 2 Mantis Blades, then you can survive.
Unfortunately, I do not have 2 Mantis Blades.
Okay, but it was a line.
Yeah, so I think I'm just dead. The Bombuses, man. The freaking Bombuses. The Sandevistan play also doesn't help me because it only lets me attack units and not, like, you, which is what I need to attack.
Yeah.
So, I guess I just play it out, but I'm pretty sure... I don't think there's any way I don't lose here.
I just meant you can put Sandevistan on one of your 7 powers to be able to get to 10, and
right.
you don't have to attack a unit with it equipped. You can still attack face.
Yes,
it just allows it to attack.
But yeah, you just block it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I actually had two Sandevistans.
Oh, well, that you can do that instead of the... Oh, no, but then I still have 2 blockers.
Right.
They need to be able to surveillance.
Yeah. I don't think there's, like I said, I don't think there's any way that I don't die here. So I'm going to do the play that's like, hey, maybe you just don't know. maybe, I don't know. Maybe you just don't block. Maybe you don't block. Attack with Goro. Actually, I'm also going to put a Mantis Blades on Goro. Attack with Goro.
Dude, you were 1 Mantis Blades away from glory here.
Yeah, I also had Mantis Blades. Yep.
If you had 1 more.
Yep.
I think I'll take that. Yeah, you could. What do you want?
I take my 10 back. Thank you very much.
Sounds good.
Stealing my 10. And then I attack with my Atlas.
Block it.
And you forget that you have your Bombus, and I get to steal 2. All right.
Block
yeah, that works. And then I pass the turn, and you win the game.
I win.
You win the
with
game.
6. You know what? Actually, it didn't matter. I think though, even if you played Minotaur and had the street cred.
Correct. Then
you kill the flathead, and then you have 2 attackers, and I have 2 Bombus.
Well, I'd be 1 resource short. So, because it costs 2 to do corpo surveillance. So I went to the turn with 5. If I had played, if I sold a previous turn, I could have done both. I could have played this and then also do to wipe 2, but that's just kind of like a what if situation, which you probably shouldn't dwell on too much. So no, good game, Dan.
Good game.
You got it.
I had Jackie from the start, but I couldn't line up the turn when I could I had such a good position from just being aggressive that I wanted to kind of keep putting a blocker down to keep my board without starting to give up a bunch of ground. And I was planning on trying to get to 8 resources and go Jackie Bombus. And then I just never was able to sell anything, but it drew enough Bombus where it didn't matter. Well,
you just aggroed me out. You aggroed me out, and then you had a turn where you just dropped double Bombus, so I couldn't come back from it. And that's probably going to be a legit strategy going forward in this game. Having these little chungus blockers to just kind of hold on to the gig if you're aggro. It's actually kind of an interesting thing for this game in particular, where an aggro deck does probably want some amount of blockers just so your opponent can't steal the gig back, right? Because that's one of the big downsides of being aggressive in the game. If you just are all aggressive and go face all the time, then your opponent can just steal the gig back by attacking. So I don't know. I think it's a interesting thing, but you rinsed me on that one for sure. So,
earlier, Cautious has been pointing out that earlier in the game I think you had a turn where you could have, when you had both Goros out, you could have flipped another legend, which would have pumped the unit Goro up, and then played Sandevistan on your Atlas, and I think you might have been able to push back pretty hard if you did that.
I'd have to check it back. I mean, there could be a possibility, but there also might be a reason why I didn't do that. I might not have had enough resources, or I might not have had the Sandevistan in hand. I don't know. I'd have to look back and see.
It might have just been a mismath thing too. Which happens. I mean, I think that there are people right now.
That could have been my turn where I ended up killing your T-Bug, and killing the T-Bug is about the same equity as stealing 2 dice, because he would have just attacked me and stole an extra dice. So if it was that turn, then I felt doing board control was actually just better anyway. But yeah.
Getting Goro to 8 would have let you kill the cab? Was that then? To be able to...
Yeah,
I don't remember, actually.
He would have been only attacking for 5 or 6. I don't remember. But like I said, I don't really like this card all that much. I think he's kind of weak for an effect card when it's just most of the time the Atlas is just better. But anyway, so Dan, you took it. You took it on the best of 3 there. There you go.
I'm the big champion. Yeah, I was gonna say that I think there are people out there in the community who are the real grinders right now, who are grinding Alpha Kit webcam games and stuff.
Insane. That's insane.
Yeah, Kel and I think both tend to approach actually a lot of games where we just want to have the full cards in hand and really dig into it then a lot more. So Cautious, you probably are very, very quick at figuring out the math, where we're still in the process of getting muscle memory for a lot of those board states like that. So kudos to you for finding cool lines though.
Yep. I'd have to go back and look to see, but I probably won't. To be honest, I probably won't. But it was still fun. Still fun playing the game. Even with the alpha kits, I think there still is a little bit of back and forth. I'm really, really just looking forward to playing with the full release and to actually start to. One of the things I'm looking forward to the most, and we'll probably talk about this more on Card Runners, but is finally seeing how all of the different archetypes kind of form in this game. Because as these go, they're not really archetypes. There's a couple of cards that make these a little bit different, but I really want to see the fully fledged deck archetypes and see how an actual Arasaka deck plays versus a Militech deck or or what have you. So that's what I'm most excited for. So
they're cool, man. They're I mean, like I said, I've seen a little bit. and
Okay.
and
Wait, so you saw some like Militech stuff? Hmm. Have you seen like Biotechnica? I'm curious how deep they go in the first set with the different corpos.
I can't say.
Okay,
I'm
sure.
sorry.
All right,
I
all right.
can't. I want to. Obviously, I want to, but um, I have experienced a few decks with cards of, I'm sure, varying levels of, as Nick was saying earlier, varying levels of actual reality to them,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
But I've seen like some strategies play out that were really fun, really cool, and really interesting to see decks that are like fully built on actually like executing a real game plan and not just play bigger guy
Yep.
attack,
Yep.
which is what a lot of the Alpha Kit gameplay is. But despite that, I still find a lot of fun in these Alpha Kit decisions. I know we're at the stage where we're wrapping up. Kel, I wanted
Yes.
your thoughts on one thing that the chat was kind of popping in here on my side.
Sure.
Which is the speed of the game.
Hmm.
The idea that there are only X turns, 7 turns for each player, and then you go to overtime.
Yeah.
That's been a polarizing topic.
Sure.
For or against?
Yeah, I'm on one of those polls. I'm not wishy-washy on this. I love it, actually. I've played so many TCGs that are like an hour and a half grind slog fest. And I'm not going to name names here, but man, they end up being incredibly unfun, especially when you have a full weekend of playing these games, especially if you are like on the competitive side and you're like shoutcasting the games and you have untimed rounds and the untimed rounds are like hour plus per match. Oh my God, dude, it becomes not good. So I actually like a game that respects my time. Maybe it's just because I'm old. Maybe it's because I'm getting to the point where I'm like, all right, let's get some games in, play like several games, and you can kind of knock out several in like an hour or two. But I'm definitely on the side of I like that it respects my time. If I wanted to play a game that takes 2 hours, I will play Commander or something. So that's where I'm at. How about you, Dan?
I think one thing I think about when I approach this question a lot is how many turns do I get in other games that I play?
Actually, I don't want to steal your point, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I think you're about to make my point, which is I actually think
probably
most
same.
competitive 1v1 card games right now give you about the same number of turns as Cyberpunk, but without the heart. Or sometimes less. It depends on the company making them sometimes. But I think it's just that those games sometimes have potential to go quite a bit longer rather than, but like I would guess if you got the average number of turns in a competitive game in a lot of TCGs right now, it probably averages around the same as Cyberpunk. Maybe Cyberpunk slightly less, but like not to the point where I would like have a problem with it,
Yeah, I think it's probably actually like pretty close to the same if you actually get down to like competitive games. I do understand where some people might come from. They're like, oh, I want to play my big like 9 drops and have a fun time with that. I'm that person too. If you watch my Gundam videos, I love my like level 8 card, level 7, level 8 cards. But I also like that some games, not all games have to facilitate that. I like that some games are like, okay, we're going to have like a cap, right? You can't have like a 2-hour match without like extreme circumstances. So I personally, I'm a big fan of it. I think it's actually a selling point for me that it has a cap.
Yeah, like as you and I are both people who cover a lot of different games, and I'm actually just really excited about this one just being so quick to throw down. Where, I mean, like I just sit down, play a few games, and like if we have some like cool, especially if, like the community makes some really cool online sims, which I've seen coming up. Really nice way just to like. Yeah, I got like 15 minutes. Like I can jam a few Cyberpunk games rather than some of the other card games where I'm like, that's not enough time to like actually get something in.
Like
it's helpful for someone who has as limited time as you and I do.
Yeah, and then like even like I don't want to say my ideal game, but I think my ideal situation for Cyberpunk would be fast, but still like interactive and still to the point where you can play like the cards in your deck. And I feel because you start with your 3 legends, you're already like ramped to begin with, right? Because like on your first turn, if you're the second player, you already have 4 resources on your very first turn. So So it's not like you're building up from 1. You go from 4, and then your next one you're at 5. So you can actually like ramp up to your big stuff pretty quickly if you're the kind of person who's like, I want to play the big stuff. Like me, I just want to play my big mech. If you're not like evil Dan stealing all my street cred, so I can't do my mechs effect. But yeah, play the big card, man. I'm a big fan of that too. But like I said, I also like games that respect my time.
Well, I mean, I think that's the cool thing about the design, though, is that like there are a lot of games that use this mechanic of play 1 resource a turn, especially where the initial few turns are the least interesting turns of the game, where it's often like your turn 1 is like railroaded. Like, did you draw your 1-drop? Cool, play it. If you didn't, pass turn. It's like not a thing where the turns start off, I think, with options in this game, which like maybe it's like quality over quantity, like who needs those extra turns? Yeah,
I agree. And this is, like I said, mentioned this a lot of times. Dan and I are old. We played TCGs for like 30 years each. There are some games that have formats like that are great. Like if you play Vintage or Legacy Magic, those first 2 turns are very interactive. But if you don't, then if you're playing like Limited or something, well, first 2 turns, land pass, So I like it. So that's my statement. I like that they cap it. I like that you're not gonna have a million years games for the most part. And for that, I'm actually extremely excited about competitive play and organized play. I feel like tournaments are probably gonna be like fairly quickly or go fairly quickly. Man, the best kind of tournaments are tournaments that have obviously like a fun meta where people can, have good interactive games, but also ones where you get to leave by like 7 p.m. and go get dinner with your buddies. Like you have a good event.
I was just going to say that.
That's
I was just going to say that.
Actually goated. Yeah.
You get to leave the venue and the restaurants are still open?
Oh my God. Yes,
what?
Dude. So many times you leave and it's like 11 p.m. or something, and you're like, everything's closed. I guess we're door dashing McDonald's or whatever. Like, and if you're like made day 2 and you're eating McDonald's for your dinner, it's like you're gonna have a great next day.
That was literally a sent to LA. Both days we left. This is Grand Archive event a few weeks ago for people who don't know. I was casting there. Casting and production left. And the only thing open in LA at that time was McDonald's, downtown LA, where we were. We're like, whatever, just get McDonald's, I guess, because we haven't eaten dinner. So, I'm excited.
As someone who's usually on the casting team, that you also have to stay a little bit later because you do you're there for every single round, and then you also make sure afterwards that make sure everyone, no one needs you anymore. And then you can kind of go get dinner. And then it's like, all right, what's open? If you're in Vegas, probably a lot. But otherwise, like nothing. And if you're in a place like a smaller city, there's actually nothing. So anyway, to rant on that. Yeah. But hey,
it does depend. It depends on the city, depends on the game, whatever. But yeah.
To bring it back to Cyberpunk, I'm really stoked for actually Cyberpunk organized play. Everything that was talked about earlier gets me really excited for it. And I can't wait to see. Can't wait to watch some coverage of this. Maybe be involved with the coverage. I don't know. We'll see. But either way, I'd like to at least watch some cool coverage and see all the things in action. So,
definitely,
I'm excited for it. So,
well, I think that's gonna wrap up our stream for today, folks. I mean, I think we have a couple of little shout outs and things to mention. I'll just get mine out of the way and then let Kel close us out of here. But I want to thank WeirdCo for getting on and getting us to put this on, having the devs hop on and chat. It was a ton of fun, and I think hopefully kind of interesting for people to watch. Of course, want to thank all of you guys for tuning in because we had a really great showing. I've been looking at the numbers a little bit and really excited to see all of the excitement for the game here. And finally, the last thing I want to mention is Card Runners episode 1 coming really soon. If you guys enjoyed the kind of discussion Kel and I engaged in here, that's literally what you're going to get week after week. So if you found it fun, if you want to listen to us yap about stuff, tune in, subscribe to Main Deck for that, and subscribe to Red Zone Rogues. You get double the chances of getting the notifications. Yeah. Basically, I'm going to say most of the stuff that Dan said. Go check out Card Runners. It's our new podcast. Like Dan said, it's going to be on Main Deck, but
it will be in my feed too because we're doing the collab thing. It's a sweet podcast. First episode is like it's a banger. If you want to listen to Dan and I just talk about more stuff, then check it out. Someone asked how long till the Kickstarter ends. Actually, I think like 72 hours or something like that from now. So only a couple days. So if you want to get in on the Kickstarter, you should join now. And getting just a TLDR, they do have some tiers there where you can get this thing called the beta box, which it's not really like a booster box or anything. It just has a bunch of extra goodies. If you want to play this game and you want to get some nice stuff, you should really look at the tiers that come with that. Not all of them do. I think the lowest one is like a $350 one or whatever. But you should look into that. If you're not going to check out our podcast and you just want the tip now, that would be my tip. We talk about it in detail in the podcast. So if you want to hear full opinions, check out the episode 1 of Card Runners. If you like my stuff, like, comment, subscribe, I guess. I cover a lot of TCGs like Dan does. The Cyberpunk TCG is going to be one of them. If you couldn't tell from the stream, I'm a huge fan of Cyberpunk. I have been since the 90s. I mostly cover, like, the most popular game on my channel currently is Gundam, so oddly enough, my channel is very sci-fi centric these days, which if you watched 5 years ago, it wasn't, which is kind of crazy. But I do a lot of Gundam. I'm going to be doing a lot of Cyberpunk. I do Grand Archive and then a lot of other stuff. So if you'd like to see a myriad of other things, check it out. I will even have some reviews for some non-TCG card games coming up soon that are not sponsored or anything. I just really like them. Shout out to Earthborn Games and Earthborn Rangers and Hub World Eidolon. I like those things, and I will be making videos about them on my own dime because they're cool. So thank you all so much for watching and hanging out with us. Thank you to everyone in the chat. I really, really appreciate you, and hope to see you for more stuff, especially for Card Runners. So that's my whole spiel.
Yeah, and that I guess that'll do it. Scooter, we talk about in the podcast. I like to say goodbye personally to all my chat. So Kel can shut his stream off if he's ready to go, and then I'll do that to end things here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and close off the stream. I do want to give another big thank you and shout out to Weirdco and the Cyberpunk TCG, both for coming on and hanging out with us and talking and being pretty candid, and then also for just asking us to do the stream and sponsoring it. It was kind of a no-brainer because I just wanted to do this anyway. So it was a easy yes for me. A guy who likes Cyberpunk, obviously gonna be jazzed for that. So that's gonna be that. So if anyone else is in my chat and you're not already in Dan's chat, you can go ahead and go over to Dan's chat. And I don't know how long he's gonna be live.
That's not a few minutes.
But I am gonna go say hi to my lovely partner who came home like an hour ago, and then since it's 9:40 here, probably gonna go figure out what I'm doing for dinner. So thank you all. I appreciate you for being here genuinely, and I'm gonna head out. So and thank you, Dan, as well. It's great to play against you. You now officially have a 1-up over me, so there is now a Vendetta and Blood feud. So the next time we play live, I'm keeping that in mind. So,
so
yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Cal. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, have a good night, Dan.
We'll see you.
Talk to you later.
Yep, you too.
All right.